remember if we were ever ready. Ever.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love.
Hello there. Welcome to the Flash and Globe podcast. I'm Siobhan. Do you believe? Well, maybe not. But are you really sure? Let's meet the plucky girl assistants. We'll just go across the top. We've got Dr. Sinister in the middle.
Do you believe in a life after love?
We have Adam Purcell from Staggering Stories.
Ha ha this way, ha ha that way.
We have the Brian.
Do you believe in magic?
And we have my husband, believe it or not, Spanky. Just give
Howdy.
it a few seconds. Give it a few
Do
seconds.
you believe we're really married? Because it was originally done for citizenship, but now it's really all about the love.
Yeah. Has been
Yeah,
consummated.
very.
The
Did they
deep
have a movie like that with
physical
Andy
love.
McDowell and Gerard Depardieu?
Green card.
Yeah.
Green card. That's it, totally.
Sorry, people, don't worry. We're not actually married.
I'm trying to get British citizenship. That's right. I want good medical care.
You want
I'm
any
sick of the
medical care.
VA.
Oh, it's going to be one of those nights, boys and girls. Right. Well, let's go round. Spanky, how's your week been? Good.
I can't complain, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, there
About
we
that
go.
good.
But you will, won't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The Brian, your week?
Bad. We had a snowstorm Friday, and I've recently had some aggravation, but I'm over it now.
Aggravation?
Yeah,
was her
I've been
name?
trying to find a semi-rare transformer.
That's the aggravation. So,
That's
so
the
not
aggravation.
earth-shattering or world-ending.
And the
Depends
faithful
on
RC.
Depends on your point of view, actually.
I suppose so. Fair enough. And yourself, old man Purcell?
Oh, it's volcano week, so I've been busy editing and stuff like that.
Righty-ho. And Dr. Sinister, sir, what exactly have you been up to in a sinister fashion this week? He's broken.
The week is broken. And
Not a lot.
So there we go, boys and girls. Now you know what we've been all up to. Oh, right, I suppose I've got to say about my week, haven't I?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to do that.
This was the week you discovered you had acute pemophobia, right?
I don't know what that is. I don't want to know what that is.
It's an intense fear of
your
birthday cake.
Hank Pym.
Oh, intense fear birthday cake. Oh, please tell me that's true. Please tell me that's true.
I would never lie to you. I wouldn't
Actually, I
shit
can
you,
believe
honey.
that.
You are my favorite turd.
Yeah. So, okay, we can send that off to Boris Johnson. Anybody been ambushed by a cake recently? What about a
Sadly
can
not.
of beer?
no.
No, dear me.
Box of
I haven't
donuts,
had a party that suddenly
which is leukophobia,
happened in my
actually.
house
Actually, I
without me
think.
Sorry, hang on a second. We're heading,
Leukomophobia, right.
we're
There you go.
heading towards the lawyer's advert, aren't we? Lawyers for you or something like that. Have you been ambushed by a birthday cake and it wasn't your fault?
It's the last time you were critically wounded in a birthday cake related accident.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, hello. Very quiet week as always. I did my big fish listening, especially for you. And, oh yeah, my dad fell down the stairs and is in hospital. So there's that. Yeah, moving on.
Nothing about the OnlyFans?
Nothing about the OnlyFans. Though there was some cat's ass up on the camera last night, you missed it.
There was a bunch I saw. It was great.
All right, okay. The news. We do normally do news, don't we? Do we do news? Yes. There's some news I forgot last week. They've announced a new batch of Target books,
Oh, yeah.
which includes David Fisher's own novelizations of The Stones of Blood and The Androids of Tara, which could be interesting. as well as I think the Eaters have liked the Zygon Invasion and another one, but I can't remember what it is. I'm sorry.
Fires of Pompeii.
Fires of Pompeii, there we go. Is that James Moran doing that?
Yeah, James Moran, yeah.
So we got those to look forward to. New Target books is always great. I'm sure there was some other news, really big news that I've forgotten. No.
Boba Fett showed up in the Book of Boba Fett.
Boba Fett showed up in it. Oh, come on.
Yeah. I gave her, 20 seconds.
Bit of a cameo, was it?
He didn't say anything, but he just showed up.
Was there?
That's nice. It's nice he gets out now.
Do you know,
I'm
it's
enjoying
lovely.
the Mandalorian
I've-
season
I've-
2.5. So
I've had to start watching I used to watch it on a Sunday with Mrs. S, and I can't do that anymore. I have to watch it the day it comes out because all week long, spoilers, by the way, all week long, I've seen Lego renditions of Mando's new starship in my Facebook feed.
Wow.
Oh, so he's got a new starship, has he?
Yeah. It's like the
I
Scorpio.
didn't know that. I haven't watched Boba Fett yet. I'm waiting for my Xbox, my second-hand Xbox to turn up. Oh, yeah, I bought a second-hand Xbox. I knew there was another piece of news because I use the Xbox as a media center. I don't play games in it because I'm crap at using the controller. But my Xbox has done the black screen thing. I can't repair it, so I've had to fork out for another one. Hello, Retta, sweetheart.
You have a red ring?
And no, not the Red Ring of Death.
Opie?
Nope.
Oh, I thought about you personally, but okay.
I don't eat spicy foods.
Oh, okay.
It's, not really anyway, not really spicy. So, yeah, I'm waiting for that to come along, and then I'm going to watch Boba Fett, because I'll be able to watch it in 5.1, rather than just on the TV speakers. It's a shame. It's yes. So, yeah, there's that. The role-playing game last night. We're quickly reporting on that. I also need to point out that those lyrics I said at the top of the show do connect to something in tonight's show. Okay? So, again, that's what you got to do. You got to work it out. Good luck.
have we worked any of these out ever so
Nope.
far?
No,
No. You're coming very close with John Hurt. I'm going
Wait,
to be
is this
honest.
one John Hurt? 1984?
Ooh. Ooh, that's clever, Brian, but no. Yeah.
Justin Hayward
No, not Justin Hayward.
in the study with a candlestick.
Right, we've discovered a new game. No, hang on a second. What else was I doing? There was something else, wasn't there? What was I talking about
You're
just now?
reporting on the RPG.
RPG, thank you, Brian. It's all right. I've got too many of them here, and I'm all over the place. Right, so the RPG, we didn't do too much last night. We just improved our characters because finally, after certain people had a go at Brian on a forum somewhere, rest your fingers not working, love. He hadn't realised that we could actually advance our characters, and he got shouted at. Not by us. We were very good. We just went, which is our normal response to anything Brian does. And, yeah, so we spent most of the evening just sorting that out. But we did do a little coda to the last adventure, but it wasn't much, to be fair. You really wanted more hindrances. Yes, Retta, you did.
You have to earn those through play, Retta. I've told you.
I think your crewmate's hindrance enough, but okay.
To be fair, yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see how that turns out in 2 weeks' time. Now we've all got these extra things. Oh, dear. Power creep. Okay, anybody actually reading chat at the moment? And it's probably Retta and Brian.
Yep.
You're gonna have
That's
to link
fine.
me that so I know where to look to see the chat.
It's Twitch.com/McFadden.
Let me post that in our general.
Yay!
Post it in Twitch, Brian. You'll be able to
I'm
get
not
it.
going to post it because you can't find it. It's
I made it funny. Hey, anybody fancy a game of kitchen gun?
What?
Mm.
Kitchen
Yeah.
gun?
Kitchen gun. All right.
I desperately want a kitchen gun.
All right. We're going to play the Serafenowicz rules tonight, as we're
Okay.
coming in with a new game, and we're having to introduce it to the viewers. This is an old and esteemed game that we haven't at all stolen from a radio show, and we're gonna try it out for the first time tonight. So I shall play first, and how are we going to do this? Me, Sinister, Adam, Brian, Spanky, because that's
Okay,
just
what are
the
the
way
rules?
you are. You'll see. Okay, the rules.
Alrighty.
The rules are very complex and are written down somewhere, possibly. Okay, so I'm going to play the obvious starter, NordVPN.
Curiosity Stream.
Let's go for. What's that thing called? Can't remember his
Don't
name.
end up in NIP.
In what?
NIP.
Nip.
Or was it NID? I can never remember.
I have no idea. Let's go for. I can't think of anything. I pass.
Brian.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, Spanky.
Oh bugger! I don't know. I'm supposed to link that to some other commercial. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
We're not explaining the rules.
No, man.
No, she's
Know
playing her
these.
own.
Know
Damn.
them.
Okay. Dollar Shave Club, right?
Oh, you plucked that one out. That was nicely done. Audible. Audible.com.
Oh bugger!
Grammarly.
Ah, dear. Okay. Right, we'll give Adam a second chance.
Oh, okay.
He's had time to think, but he hasn't
I
got it.
have free trade.
Oh!
Yeah.
Skillshare.
Oh! That's the obvious one!
Yeah. No, there's one more obvious one than that.
Yeah, Spanky?
I'm dying here. Damn, I'm brain dead. I'm gonna have to pass.
Use Morphet Spiral. Use
Damn.
Morphet Spiral. Oh, too late. Okay. Oh, fuck it. Kitchen Gun. I can get straight there.
Ah!
We'll have another game next
then,
week.
Then I'll take toilet grenade, right? Because
You can have Toilet Grenade.
No.
You realise I'm now going to try and make out a list of all these for next week, don't you? Oh,
Did miss the obvious one now, think of it, but never mind.
Squarespace.
There was Squarespace. There was
Surfshark.
Wondarium. There
Sorry,
was
Adam, what was your one?
Audible.
I said Audible.
Oh, did it?
Yes.
Unaudible.
That's when
Surfshark.
Sinister went.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. We need to play that again at some stage.
Let's pay more attention to adverts. I normally skip through them. I
Well,
literally say skip
trouble is,
ahead
a
10
lot of it,
minutes.
it's not so much adverts. It's this. We have been sponsored by blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Well, in answer to our viewers, these are the people who will not sponsor our show.
yes,
Yeah.
So fuck them. We turned them
No,
into a game.
It's always a case of, hey,
Well,
Gook, skip
I-
forward 2 minutes.
I have a principle here.
Oh,
See, I pay for YouTube Premium, so I don't get adverts.
you as well.
And now the bastards are putting them in the frickin'
Yeah.
videos
in the
themselves.
content, yeah.
My principle is, if you get your service advertised to me, I will not buy it.
That is a
That's fair.
good
Good
system.
principle.
I won't pay YouTube. I put up with the adverts. I refuse to pay them.
Yep.
Wait.
But I'm not going to give in.
Can we
I'm
sit
too poor to
use-
pay anyone, so I'm stuck with the ads.
Can we use the Great Courses Plus and Wondarium?
I didn't
With
catch
brilliant.
that at all.
Because the Great Courses Plus became one daring.
Oh,
okay.
it depends which set of rules we're using. If it's pre-1917, then you can use the other one. But
What about Nebula as well? Does that count as Curiosity Stream?
I don't know. Again, we're talking. Oh, hang on. No.
You know we're
That's
thinking about
post 1945 rules when the game came
You know, we're
back.
thinking about this. We're thinking about this way more than the creators of Mornington Crescent ever
Yes,
did.
Yes, we are. That's if you didn't know what that is, and I doubt it, but if you didn't know, it's a game called Mornington Crescent from a TV show, a radio show called I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. But we're going to play this more because it's fun. Not now, but we are, aren't we? Probably.
Yes.
Other news. Hello again to Medusa Cascade. Hello again to Toby. These are two Patreons we thoroughly recommend, Toby Haydock and Medusa Cascade. And I always like plugging people, so I don't know.
We heard.
You're a bad person. I can't remember. I had it on the tip of my mind just then. I'll think of it. Just to say hello, how are you, etc. There we go. Oh, Davis. There we go. The YouTube channel, Davis. I like his stuff. The Broke Cannon stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's very good, and he doesn't take himself seriously, which I approve of. So there we go.
Can we give a shout out to Dalek 6388 as well then, whilst we're here?
Why not?
By all means, go
Been a
for it.
while, I
Sin.
think
Tell the boys and girls what Gavin's been up to.
Oh, he just does lots of incredibly details about Daleks on various Doctor Who stories and tracking the props through the different stories and lots of interesting facts about mechanoids and all sorts of stuff.
It's forensic almost, isn't it?
It's
Because
so in
there's
depth.
a very slight dent on the left-hand slat of one of the. That's that one.
It's amazing how they identify the particular Dalek props and halves as well.
Yeah.
Not just
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yep. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, big shout out to Dalek 63 to 88. Gav also does a lot of the CGI work for Doctor Who magazine as well. The set stuff and all those sort of things. He's a very talented man. Quite frankly, makes me sick. I'm hoping at some stage he'll get round to doing the thing he asked me to come and do, but we'll have to wait and see. It's a thing.
Yes,
that
you
was a
do.
thing, and I went. You were scared to ask me, really?
Huh?
I'm just very happy to be asked by you. So there we go. It's one of those things. Right. There's no more news. I'm gonna fall over. Well, I suppose we should do what we came here for. Really?
If we must.
Around belch and
That's
drink beer.
Well, that's you. Anyway, from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's the correct file.
That's I suppose it was bound to happen. The odds were against us. Eventually it had to happen.
Law of averages.
Yeah.
It's a shame, really. It's ruined a run.
Saying the streak was alive.
You bastards.
We should have a sign on the
Every
wall.
time.
We should have a sign on the wall that says 28 days since the last correct video was played.
Right?
I played the correct video and you spoke all over it. Oh, we are so crap. Jesus. Oh, yeah, don't get this on the
be
radio.
be honest, Siobhan.
Yes, love.
You're reading from a script. I'm reading from a script. We know everybody. This whole thing is scripted,
It is.
including what I just said.
It is. I mean,
It is.
it's quite remarkable. Hang on, what?
Very carefully rehearsed, though.
These things out months in advance.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
case
oh,
you
God,
people
yes.
didn't know, this
Yeah.
is a labor of love.
I mean, if you honestly think my memory is as bad as it is, Christ Almighty, what do you think of me? Jesus.
We all know everything is script, okay?
Yeah, everything's scripted. We're just not
It's
sure
all
by
part-
whom.
It's all passed through focus groups and all that kind of stuff. Hello, future historians.
Oh, hi, future historians. Yeah. Right, so first things first, very quickly, Friday, Sinister and I did commentary to We've Disappointed Retta now, Brian.
I can't find them. I'm sorry. Amazon is out of them.
Okay, this is a conversation I appear to have fallen sideways into. Let's move away from this conversation. It could get very bad very, very quickly. We did Journey's End, basically. We watched it and talked over it, so you don't have to. But it's up there. It is on the YouTube channel. Yeah, Two Fan Dinosaurs. And yes, and in 2 weeks' time, not this Friday coming, but the Friday after, we'll be looking at The Magician's Apprentice. Oh dear. However, I have plans. I have plans for a tie-in episode. Ooh, I know it. I'm excited. Dear me. Okay, so a Doctor Who has fallen to the floor, and somehow William Russell, when falling over and losing consciousness, manages to find that chair again, like he did in An Unearthly Child. Ladies and gentlemen, we watched The Edge of Destruction, a 2-part Doctor Who story from the very first series. It is the 3rd ever Doctor Who story, and it features actors who didn't really have proper direction on how to act the instructions in the script, because they're supposed to be a bit shell-shocked and everything, and they weren't sure how to interpret that. But it also features the wonderful transformation of William Hartnell's Doctor from the anti-hero, just being a nasty old git, to the Doctor we know and love.
So getting there, yeah.
Yeah, certainly. So, right then.
Just a small note. We actually reviewed this before.
I asked you if we did, and you said no.
I couldn't remember it until I started watching it.
Oh, come on. Tell me you at least keep the scripts from the shows. You can
Bugger.
flick back and
I have
look.
a small
I
crisis.
have
I'll be
an
right
entire
back.
playlist of the shows, and if you'd like, I can post them in the chat.
Yeah, feel free.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah, well, you and I may have done it, but maybe the others
I
haven't.
know the others haven't, so we'll,
So
we'll go with
I'll
that.
just ignore you for the rest of this.
Mission complete.
All right. Spanky's gone AFK for a second, so we'll start with Dr. Sinister. Sir. Hello.
Probably the 3rd time I've ever watched this.
Really?
Yeah, I may have briefly mentioned before that Hartnell's not my favourite Doctor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know that's sacrilege, but
Oh,
hey,
dear.
that's just me. Yeah, it was okay.
Hang on. I'm sorry you've
What?
earned it. You've earned it. It's there now. You've
Very
earned it. It's there. I'm
Don't care.
sorry.
I don't care. I don't care.
Right.
Have no caring.
Right. Okay.
Um, I mean, arguably, this is the story that sees the crew finally gel as a crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So far, they've been very suspicious of this old git who's kidnapped them,
Kidnap them, put them into danger in Skaro, and
his freaky, overacting daughter.
Space dancing.
Whatever do you mean?
she's going to be
Yeah.
at the capital if you're interested in popping down from Basingstoke to Crawley.
I've met her before. I met her in 1983.
I met her. I wasn't impressed at all.
In fact, I asked her a question at the Longleat Convention in 1983.
Yes.
And that question was referenced in Doctor Who Monthly at the time. My name wasn't, of course, because I was only 12. But the question was referenced, so that is my small claim to fame.
Wonderful. Now, obviously,
Anyway.
we have to move on from there to say, what was the question?
Well, so basically, yeah, it's an interesting story. I mean,
He's already embarrassed.
Who?
You.
Why?
I don't know. That's the point. You've got this look on your face of, oh, God.
I mean, this could be done on the stage. This story.
I was going to say, not this show. Jesus.
Definitely a bottle
It's-
show.
I'm going to say, is this in fact the first example of a bottle show in science fiction?
Crisis averted. Sorry, I have returned.
That
if you
is
guys
a
heard me random
brilliant
out.
question, but I think you may need to look. I don't know when the US anthology series were made, Twilight Zone and Outer
But
Limits.
they can't be bottle shows because they have different casts and settings every week.
They are their own. They are their own unique stories each week. So I'm going to call it now. I'm going to say Edge of Destruction is the first example of a bottle show.
Okay, and what did you ask Caroline Ford?
Oh, what was the question?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
What's Susan the Goer?
My question was, what was the worst story you ever filmed? And her answer was, I think it referenced an episode of Keys of Marinus where they had to wear fur coats and they were infested with fleas.
Oh, now, hang on a second.
Now going
hang
on from
on.
that, hang on a sec. My biggest regret was that with her on the panel was Elizabeth Sladen, and I never asked her that question as well. And I always felt a bit guilty about that, and I always meant to write to her and ask her the question. And then she died.
That puts an end to it, yeah.
You could
Yeah, that
tweet her
really does-
daughter, Rosie, and ask her. She's playing Sarah now.
I could ask her.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we should write to all the companions and ask that question.
Yeah, maybe.
Along
Anyway,
with 500 other people every day.
You were going to say something in response to my anecdote.
Well,
Sean.
I was, but oh yes, this could mean a schism in fandom.
Oh God,
Now, you reckon
there's
Keys of
nothing more.
Marinus.
it could have been. That was my guess.
However, I am told
Yeah.
that it was actually the Tribe
Okay.
The sand,
fine.
the sand they had imported had loads of fleas and it got into the skins of the.
Right. Well, she didn't actually name the story. She just said it was an episode where we wore fur coats, and I thought that could be Keys of Marinus because there's a scene. There's a scene there, and so that was my guess. But yeah, I'll go with whatever. But that was her answer anyway.
I've ruined your childhood memories now,
No, you haven't.
haven't I?
Fine.
I must try
Fine,
harder.
fine.
I must try harder. Okay.
Anyway,
Carry on,
going back to Edge of Destruction, I am going to officially call this as the first ever bottle story in a science fiction show, and I'm happy to be challenged. I'm happy to be challenged on this.
Right.
Obviously, no new sets required, so therefore no extra budget.
Incorrect.
Go on.
Extra bits and pieces were made for Edge of Destruction. They needed to expand it out, so you've got the crew area, which is more than just the food machine. You've got the beds, you've got the little couch that Barbara sits on at the end,
That you stabbed to death.
and then there's the
Oh,
stabby,
no,
stabby,
that
stabby.
Yeah, but we're talking dead cheap here, aren't we?
Yes, we are, but still, I'm just correcting your claim that no new
And
sets were built.
I don't know if that picture of the planet was specially commissioned or
Hey.
not. Or
Hey, it's actually interesting, that picture of the planet.
Oh. Hand drawn
I
by
haven't
professional.
checked, but I think I'm right. They use the fast return switch, don't they, to get back from
it's
Scarborough?
stuck.
Yeah.
It gets stuck.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah.
to that. And they're just coming back from Scarborough, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay. At the end of the Space Museum, you have this little sequence through space ending up on the planet Skaro, and I'm sure they used the same picture,
Okay.
which would have been a nice little, probably unintentional
Probably.
thing. Sorry, I'll shut up now. Carry on.
Yeah, I know there was a bit of controversy in this story about the use of scissors.
Yeah. Never give Susan scissors.
You wouldn't see that in a TV show today.
It gets sued for copyright infringement or something with Hitchcock's,
Oh,
shower scene or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have much more to say. I don't have much more
to that couch, though, is
I'm
what
just
we
saying
really
that
need.
that couch got taught a very important lesson, right?
Yeah.
Go
I
on,
don't
Tim.
have much more to say about this, other than episode 1, I thought the acting was all over the place. Nobody seemed to know what the hell was going on. had they just all banged their heads and suffered amnesia, or did it was just kind of weird. I didn't really get it much, but
but Nigel Robinson tries his best to explain that in the book.
Okay.
yeah,
But again, it's like Dragon and Fire. If you read the book, it explains the end of episode 1,
he's trying to reach down to the ledge below or something, isn't
which just wasn't there in the TV
Yeah.
version. Anyway, sorry, Sin, carry on. Or not?
he? No, I think I'm kind of done, really. Yeah,
Okay, good. Did you
Yeah.
enjoy it though?
yeah. Mrs.
Instruction,
This is
definition of
Yes,
bottle
but-
episode, right? Yeah.
my wife was watching it with me because I just said to her, I need to watch this for tonight, and she was reading her Kindle or something, but she got into the plot as well. So
Okay,
Good.
that's high praise.
yeah.
That is high praise. We'll go to our less frequent guest, Spanky.
Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am.
Did you watch Doctor Who and The Edge of
did.
Destruction Beyond the Sun?
I did. I wanted to. There was one parallel because I know we're doing the Star Cops after this. Was this written by the same guy?
No.
Okay.
no,
I know the
no,
one
no.
guy was the writer though on the show or something like that, right? There's some
Chris
crossover.
Boucher. Chris Boucher was a writer on Doctor Who, but this is 70s
Way
Doctor
later.
Who.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's more associated with Blake Seven, actually.
I like how you see between this and like the later sets that evolved, because like this had the really crappy concrete floor that was, God only knows where they got that from, and later it's a different
Studio
floor
floor?
and stuff like that. Yeah, studio floor. That really is one thing I noticed, and it's another one of those where you can
growth.
see the evolution of the Doctor as a character. He gets, I guess, decidedly less shitty.
He gets very shitty, then
He-
pulls straight
He
back.
gets really shitty and then pulls back. Like
I mean, wouldn't
But,
you,
you know,
after
and
getting a
later-
tongue
yeah.
lashing from Barbara?
he doesn't have to get as shitty and like as the series progresses in later years. Right? He's just really shitty to start off
He
with.
can,
and
he
then-
can, just not to his
He can, right.
companions.
and just usually not right.
It's anybody who crosses his path, that's it, forget it. Boom.
Although, accidentally getting trapped in the TARDIS, I'm not sure that should qualify someone's companion status. That's like the unfortunately kidnapped, right? Like,
Unfortunately, deliberately
wasn't that a
kidnapped
Robert
them.
Louis Stevenson novel or something, basically transferred to a sci-fi novel or something, right? Like,
Oh dear God! No, that's 1960s, the late 1960s for kidnapped.
just saying, like, there are
Oh,
parallels, but
did you enjoy it?
I did.
Oh, please.
It's classic sci-fi. I like Doctor Who. Even though it's not really hard science sci-fi, that particular episode they do a little bit. They make the tongue-in-cheek reference toward some hard science, but it's really too far out there to
I
take
should
that really
point out
seriously.
that this is filmed at, like I say, it's only the third ever story. It was made in, I want to say the end of 1963, but it could well be the start of 1964.
I imagine it must be. It came out in February '64. So
Yeah,
they didn't film that
and
far.
yeah.
it's filmed in
63,
the
64.
smallest studio in the crappiest studio block in London.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the sort of studio where if the temperature got a bit too warm,
Yeah, February '64, right?
yeah, if the temperature got a bit too warm, the sprinklers would come on.
How that works
That's
with
just-
electronics, I don't know, but
It's a truism. It is a truism.
yeah.
I suppose it's just it didn't work with electronics. That's just it. They had to chuck coats over things. And,
Expensive cameras
I
to
love
trash
that.
every week.
that's what I'm
My favorite part was the where he takes the control module apart for the problematic thing, and there's there's giant fucking springs in there, and he's like, "It's just a spring. Watch, we'll flip it over, and it'll be okay." And I'm like, "Reverse the polarity, Doctor!" I just wanted to scream that out loud, right? Like,
It's a very low-tech solution.
The thing is, it
I'm just
feeds
saying.
into the creator, Sidney Newman's idea for Doctor Who, in that it's educational. In this particular instance, you're looking at the characters using their brains to solve a problem. Even
right,
if
the
the
one
problem
solved
is
the problem,
a stuck
not the
spring
Doctor.
underneath a felt-tipped... Yes, Sinister.
Is this the first reference we get to the TARDIS having a consciousness?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an important thing.
Excellent. Yes.
And just very gently builds over the years until
He
Pertwee.
tries to say, yeah.
he's
Thinks
a
as a
bit
machine thinks,
cagey
but
about it, but it's
it's actually like this living entity of its own.
well, that's the interesting thing. You say that it's a living entity that does grow over the years, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It
The
becomes more
TARDIS
and
as a
more.
character that develops, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you had
Goes through a
characters
lot of
with it
development
over
over the
50
years,
years.
but-
Explore the universe, so she stole a Time Lord.
Yeah. Basically, right. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? The TARDIS, I think, as a character, is often unappreciated. As an effect, right? The TARDIS everybody loves, right? But as a character, a lot of people don't realize the TARDIS is a character, not, just the vehicle or whatever.
Oh,
TARDIS is
you're
really a
going
character
to
in the show.
love K9.
I always,
There's a K9 show out. I just caught that. I want to check
don't,
that out.
don't,
Yeah.
don't.
No, is it bad?
Bad.
No.
Bad.
The Australian one.
Yeah.
Damn.
There are a
Yeah,
few
the
good episodes
Australian
towards the
one.
end.
No bueno. Don't
No,
do it.
no.
I always
Yeah.
love. I always
I
love
got
the
the
line.
K9.
The TARDIS in a later episode of Doctor Who. There's a line. I always took you where you needed to be.
Mm.
Said
Doctor's
by
wife.
the TARDIS.
Yeah.
His wife, yeah.
Right.
And even the title of that is an in-joke.
Yeah.
K9 was one of my favorite characters on Doctor.
I'll tell you
Who,
what.
Overall.
Let me know in
Love K9.
advance, and we'll do a K9 story for you next time you come on.
Woohoo.
I'm just
Invisible
gonna-
Enemy.
The invisible. I don't know.
He's not in that much, is he?
Yeah, it's
It's
like
tempting
had
though,
to be
isn't
an,
it?
an inspiration for R2D2, right? I mean that
Oh,
kind of
I'm
plucky
not sure.
robot companion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I think
After.
R2D2
First.
just came out before, but it's a close run thing. Neither
Yeah.
one of them would have known anything about the other. It's
No,
just
I
coincidence.
think they would have been filming it around the time. I think that Star Wars was just about to come out. I think.
Mm.
Yeah, because the production team and Tom Baker went to go and see it, and they came away going, "Oh God, we're finished." It's yeah, but we'll do you a K9 story next time you decide to come on. The right, okay, that's Dr. Sinister. Hello. We'll go to Old Man Purcell, and you are not getting away from that epithet.
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It's amazing. I think it's the third story, or fourth, depending how you count Unearthly Child. Yeah, and it's well over time, really, that they started delving into what the TARDIS is.
You say well over time. It's only the third story. There has hardly been any TARDIS time at all,
Yeah, yeah.
apart from the first episode.
the first episode, but yeah, it feels like it's sort of thing that should have been addressed quite early.
But like I say, this is the story that puts all the pieces together for the future.
Yeah. Odd things about it is the very first shot is clearly from the previous episode,
It's from the Daleks, yes.
and the console room is tiny,
Yes.
just a couple of walls.
Yeah. A couple of the photographic blow-ups. I was thinking that don't look right, and the next scene it's massive again. I was thinking,
Yeah. Regenerating TARDIS.
yeah.
It's perfectly plausible. We don't know how long they were out for. The architectural configuration could have kicked
He just extended the desktop. That's
in. Exactly.
Yeah.
Got onto another monitor.
Yeah.
But it is lovely to see the full TARDIS control room there again. To be fair.
Yeah, and a bit more than that.
Yes.
Interesting that a lot of the other rooms don't have many roundels. They're quite plain walls of this
Yeah.
era compared to, say, the Davison era, particularly.
Or maybe the brickwork
Well, yeah,
from Invasion of Time.
Tom's time. Yeah.
Let's
All
just
right, like an unporged concrete floor and stuff. They really went low dollar on the set, right? Like
no.
that's why I
just
mentioned
it.
that before. It was just
It was a major cost that had to be spread out over, I think, 13 episodes.
Yeah, it was for sure
because
13,
it's a major set. It's an ongoing set, and it
Yeah, the
cost.
console wasn't cheap. Yeah.
well, it grew over time, yeah, but
Actually, it shrank over time.
no, I mean it grew more complex over time as a set. You know what I'm
It
saying?
waxed
They
and
added
waned.
more and more details and things, but
No, it would change every now and again.
Well, there you
This version of it lasted until Sort of Patrick Troughton when they changed a couple of the other walls. Not the circles, but the other walls. And then we went on to Pertwee. And again, it's a case of just chuck a couple of flats together. Then 10 years into the show, just before 10 years into the show, they did a whole revamp of it. And it looked awful. And so they did another revamp for the next story, and it looked fucking amazing, and I love it, and I want to have it as my own. But it's always been up until I suppose you could say Tom Baker's era, the inside of the TARDIS could change depending on the need for the set.
The size of set available.
Yeah, exactly. Because eventually it became a standard fixed set. Well, not fixed; it got taken down and put away every time. But it was the standard set. We'll draw a line here and say from Mark and Mandragora onwards, when you had the secondary control room, and then they came back to the Newbury designed Circles control room, which I never liked. But it didn't change after that. The only thing that changed were the panel orders, because nobody could remember which order they were in. I know too much about this. It's not right.
Indeed.
Sorry.
This is why we win the quiz of Rassilon.
We've never won the quiz of
Came
Rassilon.
close.
We've come pretty damn close.
Well, the thing about the quiz of Rassilon is he who wins shall lose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear.
To lose is to win. So we have won it.
Right. The thing is, we didn't win and we didn't lose. We sort of came third the first time, and I think sixth
We
the
didn't
second
win.
time.
We didn't win, ergo we lost, ergo we won.
My brain hurts.
Yeah.
Have you anything more to say about the
Oh,
edge
yeah.
of destruction or the brink of disaster?
Yeah. I love the resolution, and I do wonder about the fornicator. Why can it not just tell the Doctor
Yeah.
that the button has just been left pressed?
Because
Why go to all this? I think I've got a retcon for it.
Okay.
please,
I
there
think
you go.
the TARDIS is still upset the Doctor left it for 2 or 3 centuries after being reset to a child. Left it, in some old
major
accuracy right.
retcon.
Yeah, and then when the Doctor got it back, this is its first chance to really give a bit of revenge on the Doctor.
Fascinating retcon.
What the hell are you talking about?
He's talking pre-Hartnell.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's
yeah,
talking.
yeah, old timeless child thing.
Yeah.
I see the
Okay.
Doctor gets mind wiped and reset to a child, but the poor TARDIS is just left there after spending God knows how many centuries with the Doctor.
I think he's
Yeah.
right. I think he's got something. I mean, they do
I do.
explain it in the show that it was basically the button just stayed down, so the fault
Right.
locator didn't realise there was a problem. It just
Yeah.
thought somebody was pressing the button for too long.
But the TARDIS could have given them that in a more succinct fashion.
Oh,
And
no,
it
no,
thought,
no, 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 not the
now's time
TARDIS.
to get a bit of revenge. Because any other time,
That's like going to ask your girlfriend, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't do
There's
that.
nothing wrong.
Because at that point you're boned, right? Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a rule with my wife that if she says there's nothing wrong, I will literally assume that's the case and just carry on doing what I'm doing.
See,
You are
mine
a
is
brave
exactly
man.
the
Ooh,
opposite.
yeah,
You
I was
are
there
a
when you spoke
brave
it. I was
man.
there, yeah.
The thing is,
Yeah.
doing that really winds her up. So it works.
No, surely not.
Really?
There's no thought.
Wow.
So then you really find out what's gone wrong.
Well, no, it just means that she doesn't use that tactic on me. She just tell me outright if there's something wrong, which is fantastic because that's called communication.
Mhm.
yeah.
I just assume I've done something wrong and give them chocolate.
I've got to have a word with Elizabeth.
I'm saying the
I'm
spank
sorry, I
wife
really
and I
must.
don't do that. It has to be a really big argument first, in which I have to make sure there's nothing she can throw at me handy, at least nothing like dangerous, like scissors or anything.
Have you got any poems ready to read to her?
I also,
No, I'm just saying. But then after that, then comes the, oh, yes, it was really about this. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Did we have
I
to
also-
argue? Yes, I like to argue.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth is letting the side down. I'm
I
sorry. She's
refuse-
let you win,
I-
and I'm not having that.
I refuse to get into the which of these things looks better on me, or do I look fat in this? I refuse to answer that question.
Don't go there. Right. That's
Yeah,
a trap.
I don't do that.
No, that's a trap. Right.
Girls,
Never fall
girls.
for that.
I think they're very slowly, because face facts doesn't do anything fast. I think they're gently working it out. We may have to change tactics. Sorry. That was an outside thing, wasn't it? Okay.
You just broke the fourth wall.
I did.
Bugger.
And incidentally. Anyway, all right. Any more, Adam?
I just want a drinks machine like that can do water and milk.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
saw that was good.
very
more than-
specific.
Yeah, it's more than that. It's the two staples you would want, isn't it? Milk and water. So they're
Well,
just
I might
instant
add
ones.
in apple juice and maybe chocolate milkshake, but you know.
To see where he dispensed the sleeping agent that he dosed everyone with, and what other drugs.
Oh,
could it
mild
make? That
sedative,
would've been
dear
my
boy.
question. Right? Like, what else are you making back there, doctor? Because sometimes you seem kind of hopped up, buddy.
Oh, you know he's making acid in the back.
I'm just
There's
saying.
LSD everywhere. On it.
I'm just saying, like, that really waters at a compound that's 30% lysergic acid, phthalimide, and
Back then, I wouldn't
rest,
have been
maybe
surprised
water,
if he did do
maybe
that.
not. Right? I'm just saying.
But what about those costumes? They all just change into sleepwear halfway through or something.
Well, they
Right?
got-
Like
William
yeah.
Russell
guy in
would wander
the,
around
in
in
the
Yeah,
dressing gown
what
and-
was the gurney?
what was up
What
with
was the thing
little
Susan
gown
was wearing?
crap.
Was that some sort of space blanket thing?
I think it is.
I think
It's
that
over
was
the
the
back, wasn't it?
progenitor
Like
of
a-
the Snuggie. Right?
Yeah,
that was like a
was
really
that the,
early generation
space
Snuggie.
Yes.
Snuggie
Yes.
prototype. Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I have one over there. The
Yeah.
cat, like, basically suckling from it. All right. Well, I'm going to move to Brian. But, Brian, you've already spoken about this. Any fresh thoughts?
I'm
Very
just still
fresh.
trying. The doctor
It's the
was
spring,
really
isn't
on,
it?
like, fault for like half of the thing, and then all of a sudden, oh, I've changed my tune.
Yeah, very quickly.
Right.
Nobody calls it. This is yet another time no one calls the doctor on his bullshit.
I'm terribly sorry.
Right.
I disagree with you. Barbara
The
does.
woman does, kind of, yeah.
Barbara, and she gives
Yeah,
him a good old-fashioned
one-
Barbara Wright tongue lashing.
Away from the
It is
lie.
after Barbara does this that he becomes more gentle. We are grateful to Barbara Wright and her tongue. You do not stand up to Babs. I'm sorry, but you don't.
I'm just
She's a
gonna
history
let
teacher,
that,
man.
that one comment just slide on
She's
by.
a history teacher. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
We're just gonna forget about that
All
one.
right. Okay.
Yeah, no, but it does. There is a pattern. The doctor continues to push and push and push, and very rarely you see someone go off on him because he's being a dick.
Yep. I agree.
You saw it with
Also,
Jody, most recently with Jody.
You're not just talking Hartnell.
Oh,
think
I'm
it's
talking
probably
the
right, okay.
doctor. This
Okay.
is a personality trait of the doctor.
I mean,
noticed.
Donna called him.
also,
Donna called him on it. Sarah Jane called him on it.
Sarah.
Yeah, she did.
and the doctor lied.
Deep-seated need for bastardry.
The
Yeah.
doctor admitted to lying in this episode. Yeah, I said we had 10 minutes. We ain't got 10 minutes. We're fucked.
Got 5. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, we've only got 5.
When the end comes, they won't know anything about it. Will you stand with me and face it? Oh, how noble! How noble!
I like the way he stood the two women by the door so they'd get the full blast of whatever was
Oh,
going
the
to happen.
time winds.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking that.
yeah.
Barbara's hair might absorb it.
Integrated.
Oh, you make a good point there, Adam.
Yeah.
They don't have to
Barbara's
watch the men folk die in pain.
I've got to ask, what did we think of the soliloquy at the end? Hartnell's monologue.
I love the shot of him in
I
darkness
saw you put a grab of it.
against the console, and it slowly zooms in. I thought, what a shot! That's amazing.
And Hartnell pulls it off.
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
doesn't fluff a line in that.
not in that bit, but he does earlier on.
Yeah, right.
Edge of destruction.
Yeah, he does it quite often.
A
That's
lot
why
of
I
it,
thought, is this broadcast live?
it's filmed. It was
They-
taped
they were filmed-
as live.
Filmed as live, yeah. So
So
they
one thing it- no,
editing back then was really expensive. So
They're only allowed 2 edits. So
Yeah.
they
Really?
film up
Good to
to the first edit, film the next lot, edit. So it's as live, essentially. It's an ongoing drama. The cameras move positions as the drama flows and goes from set to set. It's actually a very, back in the day, it was the way it was done. Nowadays, it's a very rare talent to find someone who can do a proper decent multi-camera studio. When Inside Number 9, which is a wonderful series that we have to do, basically they did something, I think it was sort of set in 80s or 70s, an old BBC ghost story being filmed. They did it on a multi-camera setup, but they needed to find a director who could do it. So they got Graham Harper, who's...
Is that the Krampus one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that one.
yeah, and they got Graham Harper in to direct it because he had the, apart from being a brilliant director, he had the experience of a multi-camera setup in studio for drama. So, God, I'm coming out with the information tonight. Tell me to shut up, somebody, not you, Retta.
When did it change? When did they stop doing it in order? Was it Pertwee?
No. Or possibly yes.
Well, they still
No,
had.
I
they still
think...
They still had multi-camera, but they weren't doing
Yeah.
it in strict sequence.
Yeah, I think Barry Letts tried a few things when he directed Enemy of the World,
Okay.
which gave Pat Troughton, made it a bit easier on Pat Troughton. But when he took over as producer, that's when it got changed.
Because obviously they normally do it by set and by cast.
Yeah,
nowadays.
exactly. So you do all the scenes for a 4-part story in the TARDIS set one day, and then the next, that's it, the set's used. You can concentrate on the rest. Yep, strike the set. So, I have to ask, did we enjoy this?
Yeah, pretty much. Very much.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it was okay. It's the last of the holy trilogy of Doctor Who stories. The Holy Ghost, in other words, the TARDIS.
It's the most, and then we get a missing story.
Yeah, then
Marco
straight into
Polo
Marco
next,
Polo. I don't know how you feel about doing missing stories. I mean, we can try and find the loose cannon reconstructions using telesnaps. They must be...
all the missing stories held up in a vault in Iran.
Possibly 17.
How many
of them.
missing stories are there? I only know there was like an
There's
unaired pilot or something.
There's 96 missing episodes.
All
all
guarded
from the
by
60s.
elite.
They're all in Iran.
Yeah,
Either
Yeah.
elite fans or they're being held hostage for political reasons. We're not
And if
sure.
I can paraphrase Mr. Levine, there will always be 96 missing episodes.
Political prisoners.
How did that work out for you, Ian?
The fate of all good science fiction. Yeah.
Yeah, missing episodes. Well, The Flashing Blade has missing episodes.
North Koreans.
Yeah.
We have 2, possibly 3 missing episodes.
There's a
We
Vidiprog.
Yeah,
a
we've got
Vidiprog
one
episode.
Vidiprog that Sinister's never done. It's just sitting there. In fact, 2 Vidiprogs, because there's also the Doctor Who Festival. We made a mini documentary about myself and Kevin Davies, and it's coming up to 10 years, and he hasn't edited it yet.
It is counted 10 years as well.
Which is a shame, because I was rather proud of that one. So there's 2 missing episodes from the Vidiprog, and there's 2 episodes that Ian and Steve recorded before Ian died, and he didn't have time to edit them. So
Are we gonna rotoscope those for the 500th episode?
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to
Play
do.
some mouths.
When's our 15th anniversary of
That'd be
podcasting,
awesome.
Adam? Do you know which month?
June. Let's have a quick look.
15 years, Jesus.
Come on.
15 years and close to 1,000 shows all total.
Podcast 1 was 25th of June 2007.
So, right, okay, so June.
Recorded on the 12th of June 2007.
Don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare. Okay, I'm thinking of something.
Is it pastels?
Rabbits?
It's a thought. No. Years back,
Homophobia.
back when we
That
had
was my bad.
the podcast version of this, we used to hold events, which is indeed is how I met Dr. Sinister. I still have the sonic screwdriver. It is a prized possession. And I was thinking about possibly trying to do something like that this year. Maybe to tie in. I don't know what you're doing for Staggering Stories. That's the only thing.
We don't know either yet, but we want to do something. 15th
You
anniversary.
know what we should do?
Please.
We should all go and celebrate the Leisure Hive and go to Brighton on the beach.
Do you know what? I'm up for that. That is easy for me to do.
On the beach.
That is easy. We just say to people, get to Crawley, and we'll drive you down.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
if it's 100 people, that might be a bit of a
It
problem.
won't be 100 people. I mean,
So-
If it's 99 people, it might be a bit
Thousands
of a
of
problem.
fans we have in the internet, and the millions that watch on YouTube.
are you sure you want to meet your public? Can
Well,
you duck
also-
quickly enough?
Are,
In the
are you sure the public wants to meet us?
in the future, when we're really popular,
Hello,
they'll have
historians.
discovered time travel.
It's true. So,
You'll have your
future
own-
historians, we expect to meet you whenever it is that we're going to decide this thing is. You'll know already.
Come back and tell us when we get popular, right?
Yeah, we used to be popular. Then I stopped doing the podcast version of this. And
We will be popular again, like the second Scon on Empire. Our
Yes!
fleet will black in the sky.
I have dreams of conquest, goddamn you.
The second great human.
Yes. Yes, quite right, Brian. Damn straight. Oh, dear me, dear. Oh, I remember I used to broadcast to 10,000 people a time. Not on the Flashing Blade. That was a
Scream at
Whocast.
10,000 people at a time.
That was
Then I
that
got
was the
arrested
Whocast.
off that train platform, and it was the end of it.
I ended coming out to over 10,000 people as trans one evening, one New Year's evening. I put both shows out the same night, and both shows I came out as trans.
I remember that.
Yeah. I never got any backlash on it, except that bizarre comment on iTunes.
Oh, really?
I've told you about this. The Whocast. Tony and Cameron. Brilliant. Tony and Dave. Okay, really good. Dave and Siobhan. No, awful.
Same people.
Yeah, essentially. Dear God, I used my dead name. Oh, that felt
No,
strange.
you referenced it. You didn't use it.
Right. There's a
Thank you,
difference.
sweetheart. That's good.
Yep.
Have we any more to say about the Edge of Destruction? Because I think we've covered practically everything.
Is this the only clip we've got from Marco Polo at the end?
Don't know. Is there any excellent?
I don't
Episodes of-
think so. I don't. I think it's just. I honestly think it is just telesnaps. I don't think there's any little clips here or there. There's certainly
Yeah,
no
apparently
censor
not.
clips, and I don't think there's any cinefilm footage.
It seems so. Yeah. So
You need
is
to talk to Toby.
telesnaps definitely, but that seems about it. Apart from the soundtrack.
Yeah. I mean, I actually, because there are a few Doctor Who stories I have never watched or heard, believe it or not, and these are the missing episodes because I've never really had the time to sit down, get your head in that certain space where you're listening to the soundtrack, but you've got no picture. But I've had that time now, so I listen to The Mythmakers. It's bloody brilliant. It really is. It's great. Yeah. I'd like to do some of the missing episodes, but it's a listening job rather than a watching job. They'll have narration, a bit like Genesis of the Daleks, but it might be a little bit long-winded. Feel
Yeah.
long-winded rather than...
7 episodes at that. Marco Polo is a
Yeah. But
bit more than 2.
There are shorter ones. But anyway. Okay. Moving on. 'Twas a dark and stormy night in Camelot.
In
Camelot.
Camelot.
In Camelot.
I think it's a silly place.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, any others?
I said it already. It's only a model.
Okay. Because what I'm doing, I'm about to give a review. Brace yourselves. I'm coming in. a review of the new Rory Williams box set, The Lone Centurion, and this one is set during the Camelot years. Best point out, for those that don't know, Roy Williams, companion of the 11th Doctor, got turned into an Auton, died,
he's deaded.
got
He's
turned
deaded.
deaded several times, got turned into an Auton due to Amy's memories, and
A Roman centurion Auton.
a Roman centurion, Auton, quite right, and ended up guarding the Pandorica, where Amy was stored, for... Why am I doing this? It only seems like yesterday.
Amy's box.
It may have been
All the way
yesterday.
through history. So this is the story of him guarding the box. 3 stories. The first one has Rory there in Camelot working, using his medical skills as a nurse as an assistant to the healer of Camelot. Essentially the same character as Gaius from the Merlin TV series, except that this guy's a complete plank, who's obsessed with cutting people's limbs off.
So this Merlin isn't the Doctor.
Oh, I'll come to that.
Okay.
All right. Oddly enough, I was reading the novelisation of Battlefield when this came up. So, right. Rory's rather appalled at the fact that legs and arms everywhere. Don't worry, they'll heal. Pop a leech on the stump. And so he actually uses his knowledge to heal Lancelot. Obviously, advanced healing like this, oh dear. However, Lancelot, let's put it this way, there is a love triangle, as there should be, with any Arthurian tale, except Arthur isn't involved in it.
Arthur
Arthur isn't involved in the love triangle.
Arthur.
It's Guinevere, Lancelot, and Rory.
I can't imagine Rory being interested in anybody but Amy, but okay.
Yep. Which is what he tells Lancelot, but Lancelot isn't to be told. Lancelot's completely smitten.
Okay.
It's brilliant. Yes,
Where's the box during all of this?
it's somewhere in Camelot. We never find out.
Okay.
Possibly not in Camelot. It's somewhere in the land. The second story, he's managed to get himself knighted, and he's sent out on a knightly quest. Ooh.
Every night.
There's him. There is Lancelot, who's going to squire for him just for this.
Is that a euphemism?
I've no idea. He's very good at jousting, apparently. But they go on the quest, and there's some great stuff in it. But the quest, they turn it on its head in the end. It's a case
Quest is the quest.
It's essentially, it's almost that. It's a case of, I set up this quest for you because that's just how things are done, you know. And then the third one, slightly more serious. It's the fall of Camelot. Arthur and Guinevere have been forced to leave. Merlin has taken over. Merlin, yeah. Okay then. Blames everything on Le Fay, who we never say. Mordred is listed. I think he grunts once in the whole play. This doesn't tie in with Battlefield.
No?
Because I say that
Wasn't that-
it could be an incarnation of the Doctor who's a bit of a git, but I don't see it. This is the Earth version of... This is the Avelion version of the Arthur story rather than what actually happens in the other dimension. Merlin in here, he's a bastard, quite frankly. Very, very skilled at manipulation. However, he does seem to be able to do some magic.
Okay.
Now, I don't know, it's not explained. At least I don't remember it being explained. So, I don't know. I hope... What can I say about the box set? It's brilliant. I know I've said that the past 2 or 3 weeks about Big Finish, but it's true. They've gone. There's a lightness of touch to this, which is wonderful. It's oh god, it's Camelot. Let's have some fun. There are a couple of in jokes to the Holy Grail. Yes.
On the basis that it's Camelot,
Yes.
do they issue winning numbers every week?
Adam,
Got to roll over.
left turn, Clyde.
Lucky dip.
Thunderball.
Arthur will rise again at a time of England's greatest need.
Did it have Richard
was
Harris
yesterday, right?
singing at all?
No, it didn't. Oh dear. It was great fun. It was a laugh, and so many of the tropes just turned on their head. You know, Merlin's the bad guy. Lancelot is, at the very least, bisexual. And quite pathetic, if I'm honest with you.
I always thought the triangle really would have been like Lancelot and, Arthur and Guinevere's the jilted wife would have been pissed off, and they just rewrote it, to clean it up for history. And that would have been much more likely, yeah.
You could well be right.
We will never know.
Those
Future
fellas are busy
historians, feel
shagging the
free
hell
to
out of
correct
each other.
us.
As the Romans would have called it, the sin of the Greeks. Yeah, just saying.
Right. So, yeah. I really recommend this. It's just great fun. It really
Are they
is.
doing any more? I haven't heard. I've only heard
I've
about the
not
first
heard
two, which
anything else. If they're
Could
like
have
this,
gone
I
on
really
something.
hope so, because essentially what we have is Doctor Who's very own Blackadder.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? I wonder if anybody's actually said that. Big Finish Day, I'll say it to them. Say, we want more Rory, because it's essentially Doctor Who Blackadder.
Yeah.
And scripted...
They should definitely get Arthur Darvill to strong arm Gillen to just do a line or two over the phone or something, just so he can remember her or something.
Oi, idiot. Right.
Yeah.
So, I suppose you're going to want to know what's happening this next week for the Doctor Who stuff.
Is there any mention of his nose?
Do you know, I think there might be. I could be wrong, but I think there might be. Like I say, keep an ear open for the 2 references to Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yeah. So, next week, The Annihilators is coming out from Big Finish. 7-part Pertwee Season 7 story. Also featuring Season 6B. I cannot wait. Oh, the little fangirl inside me is going, squeak!
Been easy.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
Whee!
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I heard that correctly.
I think she's feeling her inner Colin.
I still think it should have been called The Annihilators of Death. But, it's, I can't wait. So I'll be looking at that because this lot are too lazy. Aren't you, Brian?
When she says this lot, it's always me.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. But you started this off with me, mate. You're lumbered. You should have said no way back then.
I should have.
You should have done.
What would I do on Sunday nights then?
I don't know. Just practice staring like a rabbit trapped in headlights like you did on the first 2 or 3 shows.
Hey, that took a lot of work.
It did, and I'm so impressed. You've improved.
very right.
Your brain is starting to work. It's all down to my influence, of course. You can't take any credit. But
No. It's all character development in the scripts.
It is in the script.
we're not supposed to
Heavily
go behind
scripted.
the scenes.
Well, my agent is upstairs. She'll verify this.
Listen, we've each got a film crew behind us. This is for the making of program. All right, we can talk about it
set.
then.
This is a set.
Yeah,
I'm in the middle of a studio.
it's true.
Yep.
It is.
We're
I get the
all
cheap
actually in the same building.
Yeah.
Which,
In fact,
quite
if I-
frankly, is a
if I
very
throw-
difficult thing to achieve.
If I
We don't
throw
like each
something,
other.
it'll probably hit Brian on the head.
It's true. One of these days, we're going to have to prove that.
Oh, yes.
However, I think with something we may need to rehearse.
That's the
You know
glory
we're
of the
going to do
show.
that, don't you? You know we're
We're
going to
heavily
do
scripted,
that.
but we don't have any rehearsal time.
It's because we're professionals.
That's right.
Yeah.
You get one read through, and then bam, you hit the air.
Oh,
We're
we're being
doing
called
it
Lying
live.
Liars by Retta.
It's very hard also to script in Retta's feedback.
Ah,
Oh,
now
yeah.
that's
Oh,
the tricky
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is... All right, I'll tell you. I've subcontracted to her, all right? She knows in advance what she has to type when, and...
Retta's actually in the control room. She's typing it out.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
sitting next to the director right now.
There you go. She just types up something now. Well, Adam might be professional, but the rest of you. And she's deliberately typoed. She's put "reest" instead of "rest." That's in the script.
It's in the script.
That is in the script.
It's in the script.
And this whole unprofessional, facade
Have
we
you
put on.
any idea how difficult that is?
Yeah.
Adam and I, to be fair, we've both been podcasting for 15 years. We've reached a certain level of professionalism. You only have to listen to the Staggering Stories podcast to hear that. Forget about the actual content, but the way it's put together. Seriously, if you hear that lot talk, dear God. But to do this, it's another level entirely. To be this bad, it has to be scripted. It's a bit like The Misery. It's a bit like the not The Misery. Oh, the Goes Wrong show.
It's like Les Dawson, who used to play the piano badly.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be able to play the piano to be able to play that badly.
You have to be able to
The entire show is
play
a
it
send-up of the entire genre of reviewing in
exactly.
doing podcasts and stuff.
Exactly. Do you think we got away with it? I'm not sure. Future historians will be able to tell us.
Of course.
Yeah. This is nice. I like having this little backrest of future historians. It's nice. You really think people believe you? Well, you believe in me, Retta. I'm just saying.
Do you believe in a life
Hypnotic
after
swirly
love?
eyes? Yeah.
Retta really does believe in me. Oh, Jesus.
It's very good CG.
I want to believe.
Oh, Retta, it's very
That's why I'm
unlikely.
not on camera. My CG scenes haven't been developed yet, so
Retta,
they'll be
it's-
added in later.
Still rendering.
It's very unlikely future stories will go anywhere near Twitch. However, YouTube is so monolith that
I don't know.
so there's a very good chance your contributions will be lost to the. Yes,
Is she saying that?
What? That I'm the holy hobo?
No, that our contributions will be lost.
No, I'm saying that. I'm saying her contributions will be lost because Twitch won't survive until future
Retta,
history.
you know where the chat is. Come on in. Come on in.
No, she's in the wrong
What you doing?
server. You can invite her though if you want to. You're more than welcome to.
She knows where the Discord is.
That's where it is.
You can send her a server invite. Her camera's probably still not plugged in.
You realise you're going to make her immortal.
I'm the holy hobo. It is within my gift, my purview to gift this to people. I've become a god. Who knew?
Oh,
There she is.
There is a box.
Hey.
Hello,
See?
Retta. Say hello to the world.
Hello, world. Historians do not trust her. Do not trust any of them.
betrayal.
I'm implicitly
Betrayal.
trustworthy. What do you mean?
Brother.
That's outrageous. You can't say things like that.
Scurrilous, young lady. Scurrilous.
After all the barbecue sauce I have given you.
I'm trustworthy adjacent at the very least.
Anyway, welcome, Retta. And if you can play
That's
your
the
camera
t-shirt
in,
for
you are more
tonight.
than welcome.
We're trustworthy adjacent.
Yes, that's a good
Unfortunately, I
t-shirt.
still haven't fixed my camera.
You haven't plugged it in.
Okay, yes, I haven't plugged it in yet.
Okay, so we need to move on.
I actually have a camera now somewhere.
Next week's
Hex
Doctor
left me
Who.
one.
Oh, it would be nice to actually see you one day. I know I
gonna
can see you on
hook
Facebook, but that's
As
not
soon as I
current
can find
spanky.
it. That's not current
Um,
spanky.
Next week's Doctor Who story. is going to be survival.
If we fight like animals, we'll die like John Levine.
It's true. You see, you've ruined that for yourself now, haven't you?
I know. Should have said that.
Yeah.
When are we going to start the other thing?
Other thing.
Do you mean the Patreon?
No, the Doctor Who stories.
Oh, I'm coming to this. Bear with me.
Okay.
All right. There is a reason that we're doing survival next week. You see, basically, boys and girls, there is a gap after the Vidiprog, which you can find on YouTube, Flash and Blade Vidiprog. It even has its own channel. Who'd have thought it? Sinister and I think we reviewed the first series of Peter Capaldi.
We did.
Did we do Last Christmas?
You're going to have to remind me what happens in that one.
It's the one where Clara
Who gave
turns
you her
up
heart?
with the snowman.
Very
And
next day,
sorry, no, no, you're quite right. Last Christmas is the one with Santa.
Yep. And she fails to leave again.
No, I apologise. I do apologise. I've got that wrong. I've got that wrong.
We might have done that. I'd need to check the files.
Okay. So we've got a gap. We've got a Capaldi and first series Whittaker-shaped gap. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump and do the episodes we haven't done on the Flashing Blade. So at least there's a completion there. Going all the way back, obviously, to the first podcast. However, I was thinking of starting it next week. However, I've realised what the first one is that we're coming back with. Not next Friday, the Friday afterwards, Sinister and I are going to be looking at The Magician's Apprentice on Two Fan Dinosaurs. So why not do The Magician's Apprentice that Sunday, and then the following week do The Witcher's Familiar? It'll tie in with the Two Fan Dinosaurs of that week. You see, we've got a multiverse.
Are you? Yeah, I was going to say you're trying to do a cross-issue collaboration thing.
Yeah,
You're trying to tie everything together.
damn straight. I'm a Doctor Who fan. It's what we do.
What happened to wibbly wobbly timey wimey?
It's a stupid phrase invented just cause. I just think it's a nice idea, as we're going to be doing it anyway. On both shows, we may as well just tie them together. What do you reckon, Sin?
There was a multiverse kind of a mention, not to go too far back, but in this, wasn't there something like that in this episode that we just watched? This is the fifth universe or something, he says?
Yes.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
like that. So there's a vague multiverse kind of referential thing there.
He says 4 universes ago or something, and the thing that I struggle with it happens more in the 70s. Is this general mishmash of the use of the word galaxy, universe, solar system? Nobody gets it right. Even in Blake 7, there's an episode where Travis says, "I knew they'd been pursued into this galaxy," and I'm like, "No."
Right.
Yeah.
You're all in the same galaxy, dumbass. It's the whole parsecs thing all over again, right?
It is. Yeah. You're muted.
Let's take it. Let's see how long it takes.
No. Oh, that was go. We had a real chance there.
No fair. You
And
told
someone
her.
told her. I'm just saying that's.
The multiverse thing, it's a nice idea, but that would be a retcon. This is just typical David Whittaker scripting. You travel through the 4th and 5th dimensions of time, through different universes, and this, that, and the other. It's sort of correct, but it's just a way of suggesting this amazing travel anywhere and anywhere.
Or the fact that all the writers were smoking a lot of weed, doing a lot of acid, and reading a lot of Moorcock. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's well, no, 63. Weed wasn't a
Lot of
huge thing
Moorcock.
back then. In 63, I think it might have been pet pills. back then.
Ketamine?
Ketamine? No, not
Mother's
ketamine.
Little Helper was big. Valium, actually, for the ladies, and the men had what was the precursor to meth?
Opium.
Well, they had that too. Yeah, everybody was smoking the opium, but the Benzedrine, right? Yeah, Benzedrine. That was it.
It's what they give American pilots.
Yes,
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so that's...
and soldiers and things, right?
I will
At that
clarify all
particular time.
this at the end of the show, don't worry. Oh, by the way, anybody worked out tonight's quiz? Yes.
Don't care.
Fuck you. Anyone else? I put
John
off at
Hurt, 1984.
Jesus Christ.
I think
How
Brian's
do you keep
onto something there.
coming so close and then just missing the edge?
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
If we're that close, is it John Hurt in 1983?
Ooh.
Squarespace. All right.
I love you,
I
kitchen
will.
gun.
Followed closely by Square Onyx.
Huel.
Right?
Brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
I go with John Hurt, 1985.
Oh, please.
Oh, I
I
think
think-
New Girl has it.
You did say you wanted to play.
William Hurt.
Would you like a round
Yes.
of kitchen gun, Retta?
I don't know. I just heard. I'm thinking of The Price is Right. You know, they went. Paco went one way, Sinister went in one way, so I wanted to go the other way.
Straight up the middle, baby. You can't lose.
They set them up. They get knocked down. You know, it's all scripted. So, I will clarify all that later. You haven't worked out the quiz yet, no?
Could you repeat the quiz?
I never
Yeah, I think I
normally-
missed the quiz.
Oh, sorry. The quiz. I always do a song lyric, don't I? And every now and again, and more so recently, it's actually I've chosen a song lyric to fit in with something in the show. It's just I don't tell them what, and they've got to work it out. So it was. Hang on a second. Shit, I've got to try and remember it now.
I'm not familiar with that song lyric. Yeah.
And that's not a
Shit,
very
I've gotta
good
try
quiz
and
if you
remember
can't.
it. Yeah.
That's not a very good quiz if you can't remember.
Listen, it's not a very good quiz because I ended up having to listen to an awful piece of music just to get a line and trying to remember the line from this, and now I can't. I remembered
Was
it
it
for the actual quiz.
Oh, Zarathustra from
Portsmouth Symphonia.
Symphonia.
That's the piece of music I'm getting burnt to. I'm sorry, that is. Right.
Siobhan's going down the conveyor belts.
Right. Oh, things are happening. This week, it's the turn of Japan to be ridiculed.
Is it?
Stereotyped.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, to be stereotyped, right?
Yep. More dead
All
people
our
have been found.
are Islamicists. The Americans are all jingo,
I mean,
jingoistic warmongers.
I'll
The
be honest.
Japanese are
I'll be
Yeah.
honest, it's so shallow, it's not even stereotyping, it's monotyping.
right.
Yeah.
And
Now,
some-
is this a fault of the writing or is this a fault of the production? You know what I'm saying? The
1980.
era, right? Well, like production companies expect certain things from shows, right? If you don't check
a
these
fault.
boxes, we don't think it'll be successful. You can't put your show on, kind of thing. So if
It's
you
a
don't
fault
have the
of
right
the era.
stereotype, screw you, right?
It's a fault of the era, I
Yeah.
think.
It is very much of
Yeah.
its time. So it
That-
is a bit problematic, I'm afraid, guys.
Yeah. It's trying to be international in a very superficial way, and it doesn't age well.
Yeah,
No,
right.
it hasn't aged
They were
well.
they were aiming for Star Trek and fell a little bit short,
Yeah, I think that's a fair
about a
way.
mile and a half.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Original Star Trek's internationalization is pretty poor too.
That's fair.
Yeah, but they weren't as I don't know if they were as stereotypical. Just with what's his name's Russian accent, that was about
Chekhov.
it. Yeah,
30,
that was bad.
50.
Sulu jumpy around with his saber.
30.
Oh, Stingo, Sue is the gayest swashbuckler ever was fucking epic.
Ooh, 40, 30.
I am just saying that was awesome. That's like one of the best episodes ever.
Game set and mashed to Spanky.
They only put Chekhov in because the Russians had a go and said, "Oh, this thing you've got in the future, you've got no Russians." They said, "Okay, well, here's a Russian then."
Plus, they needed somebody to load the gun. So,
Nuclear vessel.
Nuclear vessel. Okay. It's Dark Ops. And, they found more bodies in space.
Yeah.
Right.
And the way they do that is, for its time, scary. Because they're not expecting to find anybody dead. They're expecting to find an alive crew on this station. And there isn't an
Spaceship.
alive crew. It was a
Yes,
spaceship. I always get them mixed up.
It's awful like to hear these heroic astronauts scream like little children.
Farou's good at that.
Yes, to be fair. And here we start to really feel the influence of the corporations in the Star Cops. It's basically a corporation who's been doing naughty experiments, and yet again, it's gone wrong. And the scientist who
The very own Wayland Yutani, yeah.
Yep, the scientist who worked on this and sorted it out ends up killing themselves. Possibly deliberately, possibly not. It's all based down on the internal temperature of a craft. Though I must profess, considering the internal temperature of a body is a lot hotter.
Not hotter than
0.6
41.
Fahrenheit,
No, it's not
it would be
41.
106.2 Fahrenheit or something, I think, if you
30,
translate it. It'd be like a bad fever.
37's a standard human body.
Oh, righty-ho. I always
Not
41,
41,
fever.
right? So, you
Yeah.
know, if you had a body temperature of that and your blood suddenly clotted, that would be pretty sucky, yeah.
But it's not a nice death.
No.
And so it's basically Nathan
Cough and trauma strain, right?
Nathan versus these cliched corporation.
Animed.
Yeah. Who sends somebody, a junior somebody along who doesn't have the information Nathan needs, but has instructions of her own. And whether she does come good.
Uh-huh.
But,
And was unqualified to be there, basically, but still somehow pulled it off.
So, this was nice. This was fun. I wouldn't say it's a huge thing to write home about, but it was all right. Nice piece of television. Still enjoying Star Cops. Let's go to our resident Star Copper, Brian.
Oh, me. Okay. It wasn't bad.
Wow.
I did like the EVA stuff.
I always do on this. It's good.
I did have a small problem with the bodies.
They didn't look great.
Mummification in
Once
space.
upon a
yeah.
time, fresh out of high school, I went to college for criminal justice.
Ooh.
And
Jail, in other words.
No. As for criminal justice, I took several courses in forensics.
Oh, we are learning things about you tonight.
Uh-huh.
I don't like where this
And-
is going.
And several of those bodies were desiccated, and it just wouldn't happen like
Yeah, not like that.
Well, given that their blood had all just clotted instantly, I don't know. But
You wouldn't probably
Yeah,
in
it
the
wouldn't
atmosphere of
happen
the
like
spacecraft, they would have.
Yeah, it's a sterile environment, presumably.
Well, that's
yeah,
what
you
I
would
was
think,
wondering.
but the number of
Here's
bacteria
what
that a
happened
body
was-
contains, it would have like totally consumed itself and gone all jellified. Even with your blood being clotted, there'd have been a lot of liquid left in the body, and basically the inside of that capsule would have been a very nasty kind of a soup all over the walls. And I really wish we'd have got to see that. That would have been
How do you know these things?
great, you
Well,
know? Miss me,
what
you-
I do believe
colleagues.
happened there was that, and I recognize some of them. There was a movie filmed a little time before this show. It was a movie called Life Force.
oh, I remember it well.
I know Life
Yeah.
Force. Yes, there's a tip of the hat to
Yes.
Nigel Neal in there, and he wasn't very happy.
Corpses in this show match up with some of the corpses from the movie.
yeah.
Are you saying, Brian?
They
Did they
reused bodies, yes.
use some props? Yeah.
Could
Is that
be.
what happened?
Well,
Right.
This is not unknown because I believe after Space 1999 wrapped, the BBC ended up with a whole load of stuff. Some of the props ended up used in Doctor Who, Blake Seven. So it's not unknown for props to circulate around.
Oh yeah.
Again,
They used the
going back-
spacecraft from that in a couple of the shows, for example. Yeah.
Good memory to catch them all.
Again, go to Dalek 6388. They have a look at some of the props that are reused from the time period. Because
Yeah.
they're hired
Yes.
out from stores, you know, they're hired out from different places that
Yeah.
are responsible. They've also worked out that the police box at the Who shop is not the one from the Cushing movies, which we knew and we kept telling them, but no, they insisted on saying it was. But it's not. It's from one of the other West London studios. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to get that
No,
in.
that's fine. That's fine. So we have reused corpses in this episode, which okay,
Silent Green.
budget we can get away with that. That's fine. We had the interpersonal conflict between the Star Cops and each other, and also the corporate representative.
Anna Shun.
We had the corporate representative having a moral and ethical conflict with the corporation. And then we had Nathan, who pretty much went to the CEO and I don't want to use the word coerced, but
He Gene hunted.
he Gene hunted a confession out of the man.
Yeah, love that.
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Not a bad episode.
Oh, for
That's
you,
high
that's
praise.
high praise. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
it really is.
Well done you. Right, Spanky, did you watch this?
I did.
Oh, bless you, child. What are your thoughts? This is from 1987, just so you know.
Yes, I thought. I thought that Star Cops overall was a pretty good attempt, even though they weren't appreciated for it at the time, as a really good hard science science fiction show. You know, that they did try to cross the cop procedural thing, the border there. They lose a little bit with that, but they did a good job of murders in space and the different things you could do with all this new technology and the kind of crimes and things that would happen. I was kind of impressed with their efforts. I think they were limited by budget and by probably a lack of enthusiasm on the part of their production company or studio, whoever was behind them. They didn't get enough backing with a little bit more
BBC.
oomph behind them, right? They would have just they really could have done something with that. I think
The BBC hated science fiction at this point in time and made this through gritted teeth.
Very much.
Well,
so.
there's talk about they were going to do some audio productions or something of it with some of the original cast.
There are some already. Big Finish.
So
really good.
That's pretty cool. Oh yeah. All right. So
I'm glad you
think
enjoyed
it
that, my
deserved it,
little
yeah.
sausage. I think that's lovely.
Yeah.
That's good.
I was
Retta, what
hooked on
did
the
you make
first
of
one
it?
where he zaps the guys with a space laser on the first episode.
Yeah.
He punctures the suits of the two guys trying to kill him with a medical laser. I was like, that's freaking smart. Yeah. And that sold me on the series right there. So yeah.
Oh,
God,
nice.
How much of this have you watched?
All of it.
A few episodes.
Retta, what did you think of this?
I don't have any opinion because I didn't know I had to do homework.
Oh well.
Well, it was in the script.
For what it's worth, baby.
It was.
I'm sorry it was
yeah.
not in the script that you gave me. It must have been edited
He
afterwards.
was heavily involved in production work at that time.
Yeah,
I
if
believe.
someone from Future Historians could come back in time and give Retta her views, that would be useful right now.
Exactly.
Fine. The show was totally awesome. Everything Spanky said.
It's the right answer.
I just can't believe that such a piece of cinema just hasn't made it over here in the U.S. I mean.
Yeah. It was never widely known in the U.S. That's for sure.
Not
And it
widely
deserved
known
to be,
here.
honestly.
Right.
It was
Well,
widely known in
we
Europe either,
only
right?
had three stations in PBS. So.
Brave
Well, what's
stab
the
there,
one
Retta.
There's this one and another one, right? God, what's
Tripods?
the name of it? No, like Star Force or something weird. Another show that came out around the same time that was.
Star Rangers.
Oh, I can't
Was that a
remember.
British thing? Did it have puppets? Space Precinct.
Oh, that was a good few years later. That was mid 80s.
Space Island 1 or something, right?
Oh, that sounds familiar. I don't know why,
Like
but
they
it does.
tried to do that kind of thing.
Murder on the Moon.
that-
They did.
I think they
Mother?
got a little bit more. They got a little bit more recognition. That was all.
Okay. Right, well, let's
There was Murder on the Moon was a big miniseries, ITV miniseries.
Oh.
I seem to call it. Oh, no, that was American, though, wasn't it? That came from America in the first place. I can't remember now.
Well, I was going to say let's talk to our two resident experts, but Sinister's just abused us of that notion. Right, so Sin, talk to us about Star Cops this particular episode. Please, going now.
I like this episode. It's a good one. I'd never really gelled with Anna Shun so much, but I like the fact that again, you've got a space crew being used for experiments, because they're an isolated, sort of limited community kind of thing. It kind of makes sense. I like the fact that Nathan got to do a bit of proper detective work here. We kind of finally get the sort of full measure of Cravenko. He's just a guy. He's just a he's a Russian. He's not an antagonist in any way. He's just he
He's
might
still
have been
cliched.
he might have been playing a bit of a game in episode 4, but this he's fine.
Yeah.
I thought everybody had something decent to do. I do agree with the Theroux screaming bit. That seemed a bit over the top. I mean, surely if you're hanging around a spaceship that's not responding to signals, you're going to have to anticipate even mildly that they might be dead. Go on.
Right.
The thing is, we already know that Theroux's a big girly
Yeah, we do.
because of his problems with radiation. Admittedly,
Yeah.
seeing your dad melt in front of you might do that to you. I don't know. We're going to have to ask Colin next time round. But
Yeah.
he is a big girly.
I've always enjoyed Nathan's strong arming of
Yeah.
Richard Ho at the end.
Can I ask a question?
However,
Was
I
that
will-
actor Chinese? Or Japanese?
Asian.
You see, because I don't know.
I thought he was Spanish or something.
No,
and they,
no, I
like-
think he is.
I hope
Japanese.
so, because I was a little
think
bit
he's-
worried we're heading downtown Zhuang
No, I
Chang.
think he was Asian.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He's
so
real
Asian,
good
Asian will
Asian
do for whatever country it is. We should be better than this.
However, I will say that I'm not really sure how much that confession could hold up in court.
No, not really.
Given that 10
Duress.
seconds later, oh, I'm still alive, kind of thing. But no, I
Yeah,
did
the
like
definition of duress, right?
that. Yeah. I mean, he's expecting to receive this very public apology and get strong-armed in the sauna, and
Also, quite frankly, a corporation like that, the lawyers,
oh god, yeah.
in
yeah.
that respect, it's just not very realistic. There's no way in hell he'd have got away with it. We don't see the follow-up episode
No.
where basically the lawyers just string Nathan out and cut him into shreds.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose even without the confession, they would still have been able to put a case together. They could have tested
Possibly.
the medication. They
Yeah.
had the,
They had
you
all
know,
the evidence at that point. Yeah.
yeah. I like.
He would have had to hide in space because they wouldn't have been able to reach him there.
Only if
But,
they went
you
down
know.
to the chemist's.
He never would have been able to go back to the planet, right? Essentially,
Yeah.
after pulling that, he could never have gone Earthside again.
I do think Nathan's got a bit of a soft spot. He's a bit of a when it comes to, as even Davis says it, waifs and bloody strays. He recruits Davis because Davis hasn't got a job, even though he doesn't really like the guy. Anna Shun he recruits because she dobbed in her boss, even though she's not actually that good. And he is a bit of a soft touch, Nathan. I think.
I look forward to seeing how she fits into the group. Quite
Yeah, he
frankly.
picks up strays, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's essentially. I mean, he needed to expand Star Cops, and
Yeah.
it's just his way of doing it, I suppose. Plus,
Well,
the man obviously has
And
a
it's
guilt
weird.
complex.
And also, it's a TV show in its first season, and they're struggling to grow the cast and the brand. So yeah, they've got trickle in cast members, right?
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
it saves having a huge expo dump in the first episode.
Basically, yeah. Too much for people to keep up with in episode 1, and you lose them, right?
couple of little quibbles on my part. I did like the Christina Jansen's little space station, but can I point out it had no solar panels?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
she's dead.
right. Good eye. Yeah.
She's
So
dead.
Nuclear.
is it nuclear powered or
Yeah,
what?
must be.
I mean, it's only a small research station. So anyway, and
Nuclear
No, they
secondly,
made a mention in there though. There was a mention about something
Nuclear
solar
batteries?
with it, and there were no solar panels on it.
yeah.
Some kind of solar research along with her medical stuff. Like, and then it was like, wait, what?
There's
There were no
oversight
panels
there.
on that though. Yeah, and like,
Exactly. Unless when we saw it from the top with the shuttle docked, they were underneath, but a bit of a
Or-
stretch.
The
no,
actual
because
panels
they'd
were
have to be on both
inside the
sides, right?
station
So they could rotate
by
and
a
catch the
window.
sun no matter which way it faced. Yeah.
And secondly, Nathan prints out. He zooms in on the photo and prints out the Hanimed pin.
Yeah.
Is he,
Blade Runner.
number one,
Yeah.
number one, why? And number two, what? They've got an A4 printer on every space station now, have they? That's handy.
Mhm.
It's
Why
the
not?
future. They're space printers.
Do you know, I once created a faster than light travel system using printers. Do you know how it worked?
Oh, please tell.
Yeah. Wow.
A place I used to work is like if when you hit print on a computer, the signal should go at the speed of light and it should print immediately,
Should do.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I used to hit print and I used to be able to wander over to the printer and 5 minutes later it might start to print.
Oh.
So I had an idea. I had an idea that if I sent a printer to Pluto, and basically I could, given that I was essentially going faster than the speed of light to get to the printer, we could invent some kind of Stargate mechanism using printer-powered technology.
The only
Well,
problem
you see, the
is
reason
the cost
it's
of the
so
refills.
slow- the reason it's so slow is because of the quantum entanglement between the computer and the printer. There's
Oh, I'm
more-
sorry. I was
I-
hoping for
I
more
just
than
thought
just
it-
quantum entanglement. I thought you were going to go off on a whole stream of techno babble there.
I was waiting
shouldn't
for
have
a cup
got
of
my
tea
hopes
with a coil in it for, cup of lukewarm tea, right? And
So
you put your coil in it to
a
excite
piece
it
of fairy
and bang.
cake with 2 electrodes.
Essentially, all you do is you send a
Measure your
probe.
probability drive and woo.
You send this unmanned probe to say Pluto with a printer on board. You send it a print command, and you go and pick up the print, and you'll be traveling faster than the speed of light, and you'll get to Pluto faster than the speed of light. That is irrefutable logic.
Wait, are you
have
saying this
found.
is faster than Spore Drive?
Sorry?
You're saying this is faster than the Spore Drive?
Oh, much faster than the Spore Drive.
Can I just say, you're basing this on a faulty first premise. The faulty first premise is this: why would you want to go to Pluto?
Well, no, that's just an example.
But you
planet in
didn't
the
say.
solar system.
The only downside is that you do have to send the probe with the printer to the destination in the first place. But once it's there, you can have a network spanning galaxies.
This is amazing. It's the Stunnel system. Amazing.
Anyway,
More
why
science on the Flashing Blade podcast. Future historians, is this how
Who-
you travel?
who bothers to ship A4 printer paper up to every space station around the Earth? And why does Nathan need to print out the logo? Can he not just remember the name?
We'll just send the image back to Starcop
That all
HQ.
the women are wearing earrings in their spacesuits. That was
So
epic.
wait,
That-
they don't
that
have
as
that.
well.
That was good, right? They're all wearing jewelry in their spacesuits.
If they come out in 0G, you've got problems.
Right. Not to mention, the possibility for a puncture while you're under pressure is like through the roof, but sure. Let's
Go,
just slap
Pat
a little more
Butcher in
jewelry on and
space.
we're good to go.
That's all I'm saying. Pat Butcher in space. Adam.
So this is
Yeah.
written by John Colley, who famously co-wrote Happy Feet,
Oh,
apparently, and Master and Commander, amongst other things.
Oh, I
So
know
he's
that
done quite well.
Right, I know Master and Commander.
I like Master and Commander.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. Anna Shun is a problem for books and things like that because they aren't owned by Chris Boucher. Anna Shun is not owned by Chris Boucher.
Oh, I see.
Ah.
They've got rights issues even with Star Cops.
Yeah.
About
Wow.
it.
I don't think she's ever been mentioned in Big Finish either. So yeah, we can expect never to see her again.
Have they had any full cast Big Finishers, or is it just audio? Audio
Oh yeah, they've
books?
got full cast.
No, you see,
Surviving
I would be interested to listen. Once we finish this on my own, I'd actually be interested to borrowing those.
Yeah. No Tharu, unfortunately, he died a good few years ago.
He did.
Ah.
He died in the 90s, didn't
Did he
he?
die like a
Yeah.
little girlie?
Yeah, well, AIDS, I believe, got him, but
It was.
Oh, bless
It
him.
was. Yeah, it was sad.
yeah. But anyway,
This is the Flashing Blade. It was so sad.
But
That's
it was.
how we say it.
But it was though.
yeah, it was, yeah. And even sadder, for many years, they nobody would say what he died of.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's because obviously,
Again,
AIDS
we're
is
heading
a bit
back
of a
to
thing.
It's a Sin, aren't we?
yeah, very much.
God almighty, that was a hard program to watch. And I did that in years and years. Spanky, thank you for the follow, love.
Had to.
Thank you.
It was in the script.
Yes, actually, you nearly missed your cue, if I'm honest with you.
I was close.
Where was I?
Adam was talking.
Yes, Adam, do talking.
Adam was talking.
Yeah, they back in 0G for some of this, and they don't pull it off quite so well. They don't
I'm
attempt to
thinking
use the wire work. it's all down to David Calder just trying to pretend to be weightless.
But
And they
that's a
shoot it
lot.
such a
That
way-
actually, a lot of that comes from himself.
Actually, I thought it was better because they didn't have the CSO.
Yeah, but the problem is they shot it in such a way you could see his feet a lot of the time, his legs. If they
Yeah.
just reframed it a little bit so you couldn't see his legs, it would have worked brilliantly.
Thank you.
whoever's on the
Stan,
camera
you've
work.
just reminded me of something.
Hmm.
I have a cosplay for the Capitol.
Me too. I'm gonna wear one of Star Cops things.
I'm going to basically. I think you'd be better off wearing that at Big Finish Day.
Yeah, that too. Particularly if they got Trevor Cooper. or something
I
like-
just need to get hold of a load of golden tinsel and a good personal friend.
Okay.
I'm going to
You can
go.
bring
As,
us
Those are in short supply.
I'm going to
right,
go
yeah.
as CSO.
I was going to
I'm going to have
say
gold fringing all the way round me.
you could constantly sprinkle it over you and be a transporter effect.
We could do that as well. Yeah.
That's the same dress you were going to wear when we have tea with the Queen, right?
Yep. Damn straight. It's coming up soon. I hope
Lord
she's still
Spanky
alive.
and Dame McFadden will one day have tea. with the
Dame
Queen.
McFadden, Lady McFadden. Thank you very much.
I'm going to have you ennobled.
Lady Button.
That's McFadden a go go bibble bibble lung barabbas. That's 2 bibbles and 1 S. And yes, I can still say it.
Thanks, Skippy.
But can you spell it?
Yes.
Not
Right.
now.
There. We've been working too long together.
Control C.
Yeah.
And then
right.
Control V.
Okay. I'm guessing that we all, even Brian up to a point, enjoyed.
Just I
enjoyed
want to
it.
also mention Colin Davis. Very
Oh.
unreformed in this again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, this is probably part of the problematical stuff.
Yeah.
I did like Davis's attempts at espionage.
Oh God, how
Oh,
crap were they?
That was good, right?
Just walk up and pretend to be something you're not, and that worked.
Epic.
Yeah. So we'll be looking at the next week's one, which is, boys, do you know what it's called?
What is it next time?
Episode 7.
Hey,
Yeah.
you only got 3
Yeah,
episodes
well.
left, right?
Wrong.
Hey,
7.
whatever will I
is-
do with my time then?
Oh, it's a double life.
Yes.
Supposed to be
indeed.
watching this now?
No, love, it's all right. You don't
Okay.
have to.
Yes.
Don't.
Can I
bully
just
her.
say, I like the design of the deep space craft they're using, like Pluto 5 and the Daedalus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it's very functional.
modular, you know,
Yeah.
just kind of
Daedalus or
standard.
Daedalus?
Daedalus.
Careful, Icarus.
Yeah,
Got it.
Great design work.
Got
for
it.
the model. It
Yeah.
feels very realistic. What it could
Yeah,
be.
it's
Yeah.
It, that's the thing is
Modular
it feels,
craft and stuff like that. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
feels achievable, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And everything about this, again, it's all about space medicine, about red blood cells, and that's a real problem. Red blood cells.
Yeah.
It's come up in news fairly recently, I think.
Space anemia. Yeah.
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 That weird anemia, the destruction of red blood cells in zero gravity.
Yep.
That
It
lasts
amazes me
actually
that-
much longer than they originally thought. Yeah.
It just amazes me that Terry Nathan's laziness at script writing. In the case, instead of coming up with a decent name for a medical guy in space, it's a space medicine. And space
Also-
this, space that, but it's true.
Well, also he would name planets after their primary attribute,
Yes.
and also apparently in every single Neri Nahon script they would enter a blank white featureless room,
Yes. Yes.
which
Terrible.
I think is the inside of his mind.
Oh come on! He was a good pot boiler. He was a good adventure writer. Yeah, but he could churn the pulpy stuff out well. Let's be honest here.
But
Right.
I've said this
Thank God for
before.
Paul.
He got very lucky, very very lucky.
Well, the timing of it, apart from
Yeah.
anything else, losing the
Yeah.
job with Hancock.
Yeah.
Right. So that's Starcups. Moving on. Blake 7. Once again, Avon has one of the
I was
crew's
unprepared
Avon.
for the Blake 7
Don't
thing. No one
worry,
told
love.
me about Blake 7.
That's
you-
Brian's fault.
Uh-huh.
Yes, the
Just read the script.
that's in the
I
script.
got half
Greta.
my copy this year. Yeah.
Look, the fact that he hasn't watched it is in,
It's in the script.
Right.
Well, what script do I have? I have like the 5th revision.
For fuck's sake, you are coming on as our
You're
improvising
reading,
guest.
you're reading from the script right now.
What colour are the pages?
They're purple.
You should have the pink copy, right?
Oh.
They're the ones. You've got the ones that can't be photocopied, so they can't
I
be.
have the script right here.
Oh. Well, why didn't you send them to me?
Because it would have had to go to Pluto and back.
You check your inbox, yeah, right.
Did you check your inbox? Have you checked the spam
The
filter?
printer's not at Pluto yet.
Yeah,
It's
let me
still-
check
it's
my
still in
junk
transit.
folder.
Yeah, check your spam
You're
folder.
Junk is a very good place for it, if I'm honest with you. Oh dear. So, Blake 7, boys and girls. Yeah, Avon's received a thingy. It's another mysterious person who's turned around and said, "We've got something for you." I'm going to cut to the chase. It's Orbit,
Yes.
written by Robert Holmes, so you know you're going to get a good one.
Oh yeah.
And
Double act.
this is my favourite episode of Blake 7.
Oh wow, okay.
Because Igorian and Pindar, the two scientists that are doing the trade, they are so unlike any other Blake 7 character. And they're also played so much better than practically any other. They're just full of character. I mean, you could say, yeah, it's a bit OTT, but it doesn't matter. This is Blake 7. Suddenly we've got colour there. And
They've been on their own for a long time. They've gone a bit funny.
They most definitely have. I say definitely have, Ashley. So, okay. I'm going to hand this one over because there are a few little bits and pieces we will no doubt mention. Andrew, why didn't you go before the show started? There's things we're going to mention, but they will come up in natural discourse. So, Andrew, I'm guessing you want have something to say about this.
I love this episode. It's amazing. So, essentially, they are contacted by Agrorian, who is a scientist who allegedly escaped the Federation under a cloud some time ago.
A cloud, you say? A cloud?
Cloud. Yeah. So, he insists that Avon goes down alone in a shuttle. Avon says, "Are you alone?" He says, "No, I've got my assistant here." So Avon says, "Then I will bring my assistant," and drags Villa along with him. And they're not allowed to use the teleport. They go down in a shuttle. Whereupon they're shown a video of a planet blowing up from a piece of equipment and go, yeah, that seems legit. You can have all right.
Yeah.
No actual evidence that this thing does what it says. They're just shown a picture of a planet on a screen exploding, and they go, yeah, that seems fair enough, you know.
But I mean, they're both conning each other because Avon didn't give them Aurak anyway.
Well,
Just
no,
a spare
but
copy. He happened to run up in the small hours.
that's convenient, and happened to have an onboard Scorpio with him as well.
Amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So basically, Servalan's already there, and Avon, I think, has guessed this already. You know, there's two domes for docking ships, and they go to the secondary one, which that seems a bit suspicious. Igrorian wants to shag Servalan.
Okay, at this point, who doesn't?
Well, I've got to say, she was looking particularly nice in this episode. And yeah, but like you say, the double act between Agrorian and Pindar, you get the little touches of it when Pindar's playing chess, you know, and Agrorian gets very upset that, you know, he
I felt
could
quite
possibly-
sorry for the actor because John Savage really did pinch him.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, of course, the reason this is titled Orbit is because, as you say, Avon tries to double cross Agrorian. Agrorian tries to double cross Avon, and the shuttle can't achieve escape velocity
For some bizarre reason.
for some bizarre reason.
It is
And
71 kilos.
they're
overweight.
trying to dump stuff out of the airlock, and they need 70 kilos to achieve escape velocity, or they're going
71.
to crash.
No, it's 70.
It's
No,
70.
I thought it was 71.
It's around.
And Villa weighs.
73.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically the ship's going to crash into the planet, and to start with, Avon or Paul Darrow's acting is a little bit weird. You know, or the old Maladar command bit. You know, he's kind of taking the piss slightly, but I have to say that there's a scene where he says to Aurak, "Damn, what weighs 70 kilos?" And Aurak tells him,
Yeah.
Villa weighs 73 kilos, and Villa is hearing this just as the door's closing. And I have to say, all you can hear is the shuttle noise. And Paul Darrow's acting is absolutely amazing. His face just changes into this, I'm going to have to do this. And he becomes this murderous...
It is regret initially.
Yeah.
There's an initial burst of regret, and then the face changes.
Yeah, there's regret, and then there's acceptance that, no, this has to happen. Villa's going to have to go out the airlock.
Avon, the great survivor.
Yeah, because at this point in the whole of Series D, this is all about Avon trying to survive. And now, you know, he doesn't care anymore about loyalty or anything like that.
Well, let's ask the question then. How's Avon's mental health? Because this is going to become very important very soon. Anybody?
Part of me wonders, now that I think about it, whether Avon thought it was a case of him or Villa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, either Villa goes or they both die, yeah.
Can we take our hats off to Michael Keating? Because there were tears.
Yes.
He forced some tears for that scene.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of a question about whether he should or not, and he did.
No, I think that was bang on. He's been relying on Avon for a long time now, at least 2 seasons, to protect him from Tarrant and others.
Yeah.
And now suddenly he's trapped in this crashing spaceship with this protector who's now trying to actively kill him.
And the thing is, he knows Avon well enough to know it'll happen.
Yes.
I'd like to question possibly Darrow's or Avon's ability to act sincere and genuine.
Villa, I know how they did it.
Yeah, exactly. No, Avon doesn't talk like that.
And then I really know how they did it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian, unless Sinister's got more to say.
I've probably gone on for long enough.
All right, then, Brian, let's hear from you, my love.
This just shows how ruthless Avon is intrinsically.
I'm noticing you're styling your hair like him now.
Yeah, I need a haircut really bad.
It suits you.
I really need a haircut.
No, you don't. It suits you. Plus,
Really
I'm going to be
hard.
honest with you.
I need a
Looking at
haircut.
what you're doing there right now, you can't really afford to trim back a bit. That's all I'm saying.
It's hard to get a barber
I
on
got
Xenon
plenty
Base.
I
Oh,
can
hang on
trim.
a second. I've got to remember not to mention anybody's hairline.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
desperately
you
need a
can't
haircut.
we can't mention hairlines. Dude, for God's sake, Santi.
Yeah, sorry.
This
You
man
just need
just
to-
came home, y'all, just so you know. So if you hear cursing or dishes breaking or the sound of, animal
Poetry
squealing,
being read.
shit like that, it's just foreplay. Relax. It's all part of the script.
Paco,
Klingon
you
foreplay.
just need a fan so that way your hair can blow in the wind,
Gently.
kind of like a supermodel.
Yeah, man.
Windswept and interesting.
Is
Just so
he
you guys
or
know,
isn't he?
Paco is actually Fabio in his later years. He bumped down just like Schwarzenegger did, got a haircut,
Yep.
and here he is.
Slim
With some
down,
facial hair.
grew some facial hair, got rid of the mullet.
All of those years covering all the covers of those Harlequin
Is it
romances
wrong
and stuff,
that
man.
Despite all the abuse,
He still has a strong following.
I love mullets.
Yeah.
A good mullet. A good
Yes,
mullet is
that's a
it's
really
really
weird
wrong.
predilection,
proper, decent
especially
80s mullet.
for
Yeah, no, it's really wrong.
a lady like yourself. But that particular sexual predilection is disturbing.
Could you
That
possibly
we
love about a
attribute to
mullet?
generally to the American redneck.
So to hang on
the
to.
mullet fixation.
I'm
but you're a young
terribly
lady
sorry.
from Jersey, so I'm saying.
I have no idea
That's
what the
practically
script writers
French.
are doing here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm as much in the dark as you are. We'll
What-
find out as
what
we go
I
along.
What's happened is, in this part of the
Who
script,
demanded this change?
they've accidentally cut and pasted something from something else into
No,
the script.
I've worked something out. I turned
No,
over
no.
2 pages at once.
Okay?
I'm on line 5, guys.
Somebody ran up and handed me a page and just said, "Here, read this now," and I did, and that's what happened. So.
Yeah.
I'm improving. I'm not even looking at the script anymore.
Right. Brian was talking about Avon.
So Avon is showing how freaking ruthless he really is. And actually, he will, if he catch it, if he has to, he will kill Villa.
Yep.
Is it wrong that I still like mullets?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, we've reached that point in the script.
Yeah.
It's always wrong.
He just, I don't know, totally betrayed Villa's friendship in this.
Well, I had noticed they've been very slowly building on it during the series.
They have been during this series, yeah. And even spits back the line, "I always feel safe with you."
Yeah.
At him. Adrogen trying to get in Sutherland's pants.
Igorian, love. Igorian.
To boldly go where everyone has gone before.
Are you saying that about our Supreme... Oh, hang on a second. She's not our Supreme Commander, is it? Sinister is. I'm sorry, carry on.
Yeah. No, I'm saying she's a slut.
Slut-shaming.
No, not slut-shaming. I'm just saying...
She's a slut to achieve what she wants to achieve, which is ultimate power.
Mm-hmm.
Not maximum power.
No, we've had
no. That's what she hopes for. Yeah, and she's just not having it at all.
The thing is, you've got three grotesques there. You've got Igorian, you've got Pinder, and then you've got Servalan, who might look beautiful, but is anything but inside. It's fascinating.
You don't stick it in creep. All I'm saying.
Creepy.
And then you find out Pinder's really like 28 years old.
Yeah.
Played by a 70-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. You knew where this one was going.
It's just...
I have to wonder. I have to ask. I mean, well, Igorian refers to Pinder as my blonde-haired young stripling at one point. I think there was something else going on there.
I think like he's having a case of the Lancelots.
Yeah.
I think he's having a case of, it's here.
That's here, right? That's the one.
Because he immediately switches over to Villa.
Yeah. He likes Villa.
Villa responds.
It's a remarkable
Which
performance.
episode was this?
Orbit. Series
Orbit.
D.
Orbit.
Fourth series.
It's the third. We've only got 2 more episodes to go. It's the third last episode.
I will come to that because we got some news about that. Adam.
I do wonder if the Tachyon funnel was ever real. If it were, why wouldn't Servalan have used it? That's
well,
what
she wanted the Tachyon funnel and Aurak. She always wanted Aurak.
Yeah, the idea was that they'd be able to recover it from the crash. So, I genuinely think it probably was real. I just think it was a bit naive of Avon to just look at a screen and go, "Yeah, that's fun."
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, and what happened to it if it survived the crash?
Well, they threw it out. They threw it out as they were losing weight.
But would it have survived that?
No, I think it was. And that's the other thing as well, is Avon and Villa come back to the planet and they're given the Tachyon funnel. That could have been swapped for a dummy for all they know. I know for the purposes of the plot, they couldn't really go into that. But it's just, when you look at it that way, it kind of doesn't seem to make much sense.
No. Yeah, it's all very strange. Also, the fact that this little thing could weigh so much, sure, it could, but why wasn't it buckling the bulkhead or anything? The floor is that heavy.
Strong shuttles.
Yeah, that whole cargo bay thing was kind of...
Well, to be honest with you, hang on a second. If Villa weighs 73 kilos and this thing weighs 70 kilos, why would it buckle it? All right, you're basically concentrating the pressure in one point, but you do that with your feet anyway.
I think it must have weighed a lot more than 70.
Okay.
The way he was having trouble shifting it with wheeled device.
But still, a lot of that armor plating in the cargo bay, just take it off the walls.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have much time, but they have a power tool to do that. I don't know.
And putting aside the fact that the block of perspex containing the piece of fragment of star fitted very nicely into it, what was the purpose of that little cart thing, and why was it on board?
Oh,
Was it just to
it
prove
was
that?
set up. It was a set up
Yeah.
thing. We saw it beforehand, so the gun was loaded, but I'm not sure what it was there for.
Was that how they got it onto the ship?
Little toy car and go vroom vroom vroom.
Pinder, mate. Yeah. Can we just give a shout out to Igorian and Pinder? Two of the most brilliantly played roles in Blake 7.
They're a bit too grotesque for my liking, but yeah.
I mean, that is pure Robert Holmes. The grotesqueness,
Yeah.
It's. I think they're superb. I think they're possibly the standout non-main characters of this entire 4 series.
Really? Okay.
Because they're having a little bit of fun with it, but they're not making it. They're not really chewing the scenery like other actors have done. Crimos!
They fell over too much to me.
Is really more cartoon villainy.
Yeah. It
Yes, but I mean, they act like kids, those two. Egorian's been alone for so long now, his brain's gone. Pinder's probably got dementia.
Undoubtedly.
It is Pinter cutting Egorian's hair.
I liked the way that Avon worked out, because Pinder says, "Pleased to meet you, Mom."
Yes.
And immediately Avon's like, "What? Hang on."
I do like the way
leap on the haircut thing went there. How did it take 4 seasons for what is his name, Garth, whatever, for his perm to kill the series there? Basically, he went all Brady Bunch man at the in that with the poofy head. I was just
have
like,
you gone off
that's
on
cool.
one, love?
That's sexy.
Have you gone off down a mysterious pathway of which there is no return?
There is a return. I just don't want to take it.
Okay, it's via Pluto.
Uh-huh.
Did we enjoy this?
Yeah, it was good fun.
It was okay.
Must admit, I mostly, before rewatch it, all that I really remembered about it was the stuff with Villa and Avon at the end. That's the only thing which really stuck with me.
There is a lot of things. I mean, I've been watching this. For example, Sand. I really hated that, and I thought it was all about Tarrant and Serverland. Then I came back and rewatched it and thought it's not. I am getting something from this rewatch, which is coming to its end, and I've just realised that's going to screw up my plans for The Magician's Apprentice.
I can
Okay.
shamelessly admit that my biggest draw for Blake 7 was Sally Niven.
All right, we're changing things up.
Hubba.
I have to change things up. I do
Well,
apologise.
what about Sue Lin? I'm just saying.
Yeah. No argument.
Sulin had a good moment with Dana. Had a bit of a laugh, didn't they?
Yeah, at Villa's expense.
Yep.
Right, moving on. Next Sunday.
We have to. Oh,
Yeah.
probably.
Next Sunday is
script says
Survival. All right, for Doctor Who. It's the Annihilators from Big Finish. It's whatever that Star Cops episode was. I've forgotten
Double
already.
life.
Yeah.
Double
Number
Life,
7.
there you go.
Another John
And
Colley.
we're going to watch the Blake 7 episode Warlord. Which
Penultimate.
is the penultimate. Yeah.
It's a setup.
It's
for
a
the final
setup for the final episode. The week after, we won't be looking at The Magician's Apprentice because I've just remembered. The week after, so in 2 weeks' time, we're doing a live reaction to Brian watching Blake.
Oh, yeah, the interaction of Mr. Blobby.
Yeah. So, obviously, Adam and Co, you're more than welcome. Oh, it's all right. It's BritBox, so I can see it. That's good.
BritBox. We all love BritBox.
Yep. So,
Now that I have it too.
we've got that to look forward to. It's coming up. It's been coming up now for 4 seasons.
It's a live reaction to what?
The very last episode of Blake 7. And if you've seen it and you know what happened, shut up.
I have
Yeah.
not.
Don't mention. No,
Don't mention the war. Well, would you like to join us watching it?
Sure. I'll do that.
Yeah?
I would like to.
It'll be
Is
the
that
same
next
time
week?
on the Sun. No, a week after.
Week after. Okay. Oh, next game week. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Can I laugh at Paco as he watches it?
In English?
Donde
Yes.
está la Paco?
In
Mira.
the biblioteca.
Harass me while I watch it.
But yeah, I'm terrified he really does know what's going to happen and which Blake's turned up, but we'll find out.
I've only seen the thumbnail.
Is
And
there
the-
is there any scary parts in it? I ask for Paco's protection.
Is it a found footage episode?
It's not a found footage
Found
episode.
footage
Don't worry, it's
episode.
fiction, Brian.
Okay, all right.
Hey, no, it's important. It's
There
important.
is a tiny little bit which I remember when I was watching, and I was young. I was a little bit like
I'm not sure
that.
if you can Blair Witch science fiction, but we can try. Yeah.
Oh, but the Doctor Who did it.
With what?
Found footage
What-
episode, Sleep No More.
God, it's dreadful.
This
I absolutely loved it.
I'm
But
gonna watch that.
I think we enjoyed that, didn't we?
I may
Sinister?
be okay during this. I don't know. I may need counseling afterward.
Sleep No More. I don't remember.
Oh, we've got to go back and look at those fucking video progs, haven't we?
Yeah.
Find out where to pick up from.
Yeah. 'Cause
Oh, I'm useless.
There's only about 70
it says
episodes.
here.
uh-huh.
There's 61.
61. There you go.
69.
61 and with 2 missing.
And I've lost the script. Okay, there we are.
Where are we?
Oh, okay.
Oh, hang on.
Line 476.
Okay, so this is the part where I ask you if you've worked out the quiz yet.
What's
John
the lyric
Hurt,
again?
1984.
1979, surely, John Hurt.
Ooh, we've got a difference of opinion here. Chat,
Hey, bloody.
1984 or 1979? Let us know.
That is William
please.
Hurt, 1988.
We'll let you know next week. No, the lyrics were from a song by a band called Beltane Fire.
Oh, I remember you said something about Beltane Fire. I didn't hear the lyric.
Superb
have to sing them
musicians.
for me.
Superb musicians. Their songwriting sucks.
Is in the lyrics or
Sing
the
it for us.
tune?
In the lyrics, to be fair.
Okay.
Like I say, musically they're brilliant. But their
Okay, well.
lyrics are, well, I mean, what's it? A different breed, the album. You've got, the first song is about Captain Blood, a pirate. It takes more than the
Mighty
seas to
pirate.
wash away the sins of Captain Blood. You got another song which is all about night fishing. There's a storm coming up, there's a storm coming up, it's a force 10 gale, night fishing on my own. There is a real cliched song, but it's so cliched I like it. It called Fortune Favours the Brave. But it really is. Ugh.
Not
This
everybody
was
can pull off
from
that whole Iron Maiden thing. Like, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner set to heavy metal. Not everyone
No,
can,
it's not
can
quite
do
like
that.
that. But oddly enough, something similar, where I got the quotes from, is from a song on that album called Excalibur, I Believe. Now you can see how it tied in with tonight's show. I had to go and look for that and listen to the damn thing several times so I could remember the lyrics.
So we're supposed to put a link together to an audio adventure series that we haven't heard.
It's not an audio
related-
adventure series, it's just a song.
No, that you're relating it to the Rory thing.
Oh, I do apologise. Yes, you're quite right. Oh, come
Yeah.
on, Camelot.
We haven't heard the Rory thing, and we haven't heard the artist. And we're
Well,
supposed
whose
to link
fault's
it together.
that?
It says it's your fault on page 95 of the script.
It
Ah,
doesn't.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's go off
No,
script.
that's,
Yeah,
that's,
over here.
that's,
Your fault.
that's contractually
I
conditional.
blame Red for reading ahead. That's poor
That's
form.
all your fault.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I only read the lines in the script that I'm going to be saying, including this one.
Well, I have
So-
noticed it's Whippet Shit, which has been
I
translated
see,
from the
I see
Albanian.
now where Auntie's mullet fetish comes in because Beltane Fire, some mullet boys right there, yeah.
Oh, dear
my
Lord.
God! You need to listen to "Fortune Favors the Brave." It's so cliche. It's brilliant. It's yeah.
Why do you like mullets? I have to know.
Oh, it's just my thing about the 80s.
She has a redneck thing, a redneck fetish.
No,
She
no,
really
no, no.
does want a big, sweaty Southern U.S. man.
That's
unshaven,
you,
extremely
husband.
hairy torso. Yes, that's me. Right. Just saying.
Okay. I'm sorry, but if you're going to say we're married, I'm going to play up to it.
I'm right
Spanky's
with
not saying that. It's Retta and Brian who are.
it.
Well, hello.
to be
You
fair, I would
started
agree.
it.
How?
You
Yeah.
started it.
I see
How
no way
did I
for it.
start this?
You
Fuck the
came
script.
That
to.
whole Sigourney Weaver as the really dirty bag lady / Jedi. Made
You
yourself into
came-
these problems. It sounds right.
You came to my planet and then told me that you had a secret mission, and then somehow you
Space
had
magic.
In fairness,
Exactly.
I was actually the one who spread the lie. It was the magic space hobo who just kind of supplied the special effects and sort of agreed with it.
Brian,
Yes.
I think from now on, before every battle, okay,
my
because last night the battle
That-
lines
that
were
started.
drawn, but before any fight we have, Spanky and I have to each roll something. You can decide what. All right. To
Look at who's on
decide
top of
who
things.
has my lightsaber.
Yes. Coin toss.
So at the opening of the fight, we make the roll, and it's a case of if I lose,
No. I'll make the roll.
that's brilliant. That's
Exactly.
great. Yeah, we'll do that, I think. Because, I mean, he said last night, that's it, I'm having that. Now he's got the skills to do it. It's a case
yes.
of, okay, I've got to take this seriously now.
I was supposed to be saying something too, and I forgot.
I
to
just want
write
to know
it
what
down.
Colin's doing with
Welcome to
his
my world.
lightsaber. And as
He
long
hasn't
as
got
I'm
his
2 meters
lightsaber.
away, I'm
I've
okay
got his
with it.
lightsaber.
No,
Are you
because
sure
I'm going
about
to
that?
pickpocket that and
I
hand it back
don't
to the little
know.
rascal, too. Here you go, buddy. Here's your lightsaber. Remember,
We're not
hang on
going
to
to
this
step
tight,
up his
kid.
training, though.
To be fair, you're going through the DTs. You may not know realize you set it down.
Right?
So it's a case of, okay, Colin, try and catch it.
You want to hand a Jedi right in DTs with extremely shaky hands, a
Oh,
laser
dear me.
sword.
Anyway, so
I
let
say
us
yes.
talk about next week. Spanky, what are you doing next week? You don't
what's
know,
next week?
do you? It hasn't been scripted yet.
I don't know. It hasn't been scripted yet.
Fair enough. Well, your life's open. If anyone would
My
like to
life's
send in
dead
the
because
script
we're
for
not playing that
Spanky.
week, so like I'm probably not doing anything.
Oh,
be
you
sitting
could
here
game with
twiddling
me
my
if you
thumb.
want to. I would
game?
love to go gaming with you again.
What game?
I don't mind. See, Heroes, Divinity 2, Diablo, whatever.
Right. It's been a long time, man.
It's been a
I
long
played
time since
anything
we
on
played
like
that.
It's been a long time. You're right. We should get something together. You're
We
right.
need to. We haven't been
We
being
do.
stupid. I mean, I'm more than happy
Yes,
to
ma'am.
jump into City of Heroes and do stupid stuff.
I haven't played City Heroes in months. There's a lot of weird things going on the server, and I just
Oh,
kind
right,
of
okay.
yeah, got away from
that.
it.
Yeah.
Plus
Yeah.
had family stuff going on. I had to take care of that, and it was just I'm not ready to go back into it yet.
That's fair.
But yeah, I think we could totally do
We can do something.
Divinity or something. Yeah, absolutely.
Retta, how's your week going to be? You're not used to
Work.
being asked this, are you?
Work. Actually, I think
Colonel
we have
Care?
to
Yeah.
we have to talk to an agency that's helping us find housing for my in-laws since you know the
Can
wonderful
I recommend millets?
what's millets?
You and mullets again.
Millets. They sell tents.
No, I'm not putting them in a tent.
Ah,
You evil person. No, but other than that, I really don't have much going on other than work and trying to start getting that ball rolling. We finally got everything out of the trailer that they needed out, so
that's good.
God,
They're just gonna
that's
demolish
nice.
the trailer, right? That
Yep.
truck-sized hole isn't repairable.
yeah, the truck size hole in the trailer is not repairable.
Yeah.
So, and we
Good thing
did
it's
find their
trailer, you
car.
can just tow it away and put another one in there.
Oh, you found the
We
car.
found the car.
Oh, good. How far away was it?
Another insurance company had towed the car in an accident because there was another Kia in the garage, and so they took it.
Wow.
And just
In
grab
error.
the first Kia they came to.
Just
yeah.
very
Yep.
quickly point
You wanna
out just the root
check
of
the
this
special-
that basically a truck went through Retta's in-laws' house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How they live, God alone only knows, but they did. Thank God.
Mm-hmm. They survived.
Mhm.
Now,
They
Brian,
did.
Brian, are you doing anything next week?
Oh, I'm going to have a COVID test on Monday.
Aye.
Rock and roll.
Damn straight.
Have you been exposed, or is it just something your company makes you do?
Preventative for me. I've initiated it
Fair
mainly
enough.
because I work around a lot of boomers that don't really believe in masks and vaccines and stuff. In fact, we're having a software developer position open up on Monday.
Ooh. Planning to get rid of somebody?
No, I think somebody may have
No,
died from COVID.
it's already been decided because he's refused to get the shots.
Oh, they're going down that way, are they?
Bye-bye, yeah.
It's okay though. The guy's a dick. So
well,
Good. So when he
That
eventually
makes
dies
sense.
from COVID, the world won't miss him. Yeah.
exactly.
yeah,
I
Lawrence
had this
Fox got
Spankwise,
COVID.
an ER nurse. She brought me some of those lovely, the N95 masks. I'm like, woohoo! I got the good ones now.
I just love the fact that all my friends are really sensible about this. There's no idiots.
I just,
It's so reassuring.
one of my college degrees is in, science.
I didn't go to college. I think I'm the only person here who didn't go to
I
college.
actually have
saying,
a
it's,
degree in common sense. So I'm just
Really?
saying.
Right?
Are you sure
Yeah.
about that?
I've got a
Yeah.
degree
So,
in whimsy.
yeah. English and
Was
biology.
he a cardinal?
One in
that was
art.
Wolsey. That was my
and
class.
fine arts.
Baby
yeah.
eating Bishop of Bath and Wells. Adam, how's your week? What's shaping up for you? Come on, tell us about the podcast you're recording tomorrow night.
No, it's next week.
I
Got a
knew
week
that.
off on the podcast.
I
Yep.
knew that.
So I need to watch Soylent Green, which I've never seen before.
Oh, wow, really?
It's
Yeah.
people.
Seen it?
Oh, man.
Never
Yeah,
seen
it's
it.
a really good
All
movie.
right. Do you want a spoiler?
Go on then.
It's people.
Everybody, it's
Oh
people.
no!
Yes.
Guys. I told him this at lunchtime. He already knew.
Yeah, Abby knows that.
Soylent
Uh,
Green. Really,
well,
I
you
think
didn't
we're
know until
due now
lunchtime.
for like a Soylent Green kind of a thing. We could do that nowadays. We have enough COVID victims. Like
Yeah.
Soylent Greens. Like we could do that.
You want
Exactly.
disease
I'm
Yeah.
okay
meat?
with that.
Oh, hang on. It's America. You don't actually have meat standards, do you? Oh, move on.
No, not really. No.
No, we do have meat standards. We just have to,
They're low.
put the
Yeah,
ammonium
pink slime is
nitrate.
the standard,
All,
though,
all
right?
you need to properly do Soylent Green is a fuck ton of chlorine.
Yep,
Yeah.
basically, that's it.
So
Boom,
basically,
done.
just
We
chuck
have to-
people into
we
the
have to
local pool.
liquefy the body.
Huh?
It takes about 4 hours per body to totally get them liquefied and dissolved. Yeah. it's
And
not
why
that-
do you know this, Paco?
Education from the flashing blade.
right.
Don't ask questions you don't
Well,
want
see,
to
when they have them die of the COVID, they put peroxide in all their orifices and then wrap their head in a towel soaked in either alcohol or peroxide, slap them in the body bag, dump a bunch of peroxide and zip that fucker up, and then slap it in the truck or wherever because the corpses are so nasty. So I think if we just switch bleach for peroxide, we're ready and off to go for Soylent Green. Yeah.
There we are, ladies and
Sounds
gentlemen.
tasty.
Future historians. How does it
Yeah.
taste?
Chicken.
Andrew,
Yeah,
Does it taste like chicken?
Andrew, what
Does
are you
it
doing this
taste
week?
like chicken? That's what I want to know. Yeah.
What am I doing this week? I'm reading a banned book at the moment.
I've
Mouse,
heard
that's
that's
a
an
great
amazing
graphic
book.
novel.
It
It's one of my
is an
favorites.
amazing book, and
I just gave that to my son. Yeah.
it shouldn't be banned. It should be fucking compulsory.
Who banned it where?
Oh, right wingers.
Oh, a bunch of dipshits in America.
Tennessee.
There are
It's
various.
the whole thing about critical race theory and all that. sort
Yeah,
of
it's
stuff.
this weird CRT backlash that no one wants to feel uncomfortable about history, and because we apparently have a growing white supremacist movement, they really want to rationalize saying something positive about the Holocaust. If you're gonna say something bad about it, you have to say something good about it. And I'm like, okay, the good thing is it fucking ended, you bastards.
Well, we've got a problem over here. at the moment.
It got banned
Over
because-
and we shot the fuckers.
We
Okay.
killed them. That's
Silence.
what fucking is good about it. Yeah.
Silent, shut up, Spanky.
I believe it got
Andrew.
banned because there were 6 swear words in it, and there's a picture of a naked
nudity.
mouse.
Yeah.
Naked
Some
mouse,
mouse
eh?
on one
A
page.
naked mouse.
A
Oh, my
naked
cat!
You can
female
see its
mouse
back
in a
here.
bathtub.
I had a naked mouse in my house this morning. My cat
Oh,
presented it as a trophy.
oh.
There you go.
That's
Actually,
always
the
lovely when that
fear was
happens.
Yeah,
because
probably breakfast.
the mouse in question is he's referring to his grandmother, who was a victim of the Holocaust, and because he curses at her in it, because of various things, family history and stuff like that, he's like, "What the fuck?" or "Damn you," or some shit like that.
There's a huge.
Because he's understandably has a lot of twisted feelings about it and things of that nature. The author does, I mean, that they use that as, oh, he talked bad about his mom, ban the book or something stupid like that, and he doesn't say enough positive stuff about the Holocaust. They're both equally good reasons
It's
to
interesting,
ban a book, in my view. So
because
yeah,
over here we've got Hoo Ha springing up.
Uh-huh.
A comedian called Jimmy Carr did a Netflix
I've
special.
seen him. The 9 out of 10 cats or something.
Yep. And unfortunately, he did a piece on the Holocaust, which he himself said at the start, said, this is going to finish my career.
Yeah, probably.
I haven't seen it, so I can't judge. I don't know if I want to see it.
I've seen it.
What do you think? What do you make of it?
Before.
It's been out. It's been out for a while. So
Oh, of course. Yeah.
right at the beginning of the show, he says, "We're going to be telling some jokes about things, some bad things. This isn't, but they aren't the bad things themselves." So he knows that they're going to be
Offensive. I think part of what upset people was the fact the audience loved it.
I
couldn't
think
see the
comedians should
joke,
get a
but I
pass
won't.
like the ancient bards used to, right? Like, if you're gonna say some shit like that, you should be able to talk about racism or tragedy or whatever. And,
How far does
and it
free
should be with
speech go?
impunity.
I mean, Adam's a big advocate for free humor, aren't you, Adam?
I'm a big advocate for free speech, but like where you get into like the Disinformation Dozen, for example, who have literally caused millions, if not billions, right? However many people have died from COVID so far, like millions of people have died because they've spread anti-vax misinformation all over the internet. 12
It's
people,
different between
75% of the
jokes.
misinformation.
Yeah.
Like that shouldn't be protected free speech. You've caused people to die. You now need to go to prison. But
I agree. I've always said, yeah, free speech is wonderful, as long as you're prepared to live up to the consequences and the responsibilities of it. You
Free
don't-
speech does not mean freedom from repercussions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, freedom of speech
Yeah.
does not mean freedom of from repercussions, and it also doesn't mean that your opinions and dipshittery are as good as facts.
No.
And that's
Okay.
something that gets lost in that shuffle too. Unfortunately, especially like online in the in a virtual environment where people can say whatever they want and they live in these bubbles that are just their own reflected prejudices. They never get any outside information.
There's a guy
so-
at our local Iceland who's on the checkouts. It's always an unwanted conversation in the bagging area. He knows I like Doctor Who, so he starts talking about Doctor Who, and okay, so he gets it wrong, and I can't help myself. I'm sorry, it's built into me. I do correct him and point him in the right direction and everything else. Then he started going on about not believing about man-made climate change. That was the wrong thing to say
It's
to
not
me.
a matter of belief, it's a matter of facts.
That's where I headed with
right.
this. Yeah.
Has this mouth breather actually reproduced yet?
I'm afraid
probably a dozen times or
he
more.
made
yeah.
the sleeping giant mumble and turn over in its sleep. I may possibly have
Unfortunate.
actually lectured him, much to the
Oh, wow.
lack of amusement from the people in the queue behind me.
I'm sure of that. Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know, the whole this thing
So
nowadays,
actually-
the people that believe science's opinion is just mind-boggling
Mhm.
to me. So yeah, like
I totally
what?
agree. I mean, for example,
It's fact, you
Retta
moron.
believes that I am the holy hobo.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
Ella
you are a holy
believes
Ella.
that you are the
Ella.
holy hobo.
Yeah, and you're not Ella at all, are you? So therefore, I exist. If you go and prove that I don't exist, you will be killed on the next zebra crossing. I just want you to know.
Okay.
You don't know what
black
zebra
is
crossings
white,
are, do
and-
you? The next road crossing. There we go.
Howie.
Crosswalk, Retta. That's what they call them.
Crosswalk. Yeah.
Why?
Two countries separated by a common language.
Yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's
Okay.
horrible.
Just go with it.
Black road,
Just
white
go with it.
stripes.
Just-
Okay.
They're wrong. It's okay. Just go with it.
Yes,
Okay.
they're wrong.
The clue's in the name.
except they're wrong.
Zebra.
That's a four-legged animal.
Yeah.
Well,
How are they
related to
coloured?
the donkey. So you
black
have
and white.
ass crossings.
Right. So zebra crossing, you have black and white stripes down it for people to walk across. And
Well, I get where you're coming from. I just think it's silly.
so pelican crossing then.
Again, why do you need to call it after an animal?
This is before my time. It was already named.
Pelican Crossing has the flashing Belisha beacons.
It does. It does. He's not lying. It
Mm.
says here, right here on
I
page
know.
97.
Yeah.
It's a puffing crossing then.
Paco, how do you put
That's
up with
me
it?
trying to actually cross a road.
It's a lot of alcohol.
A lot of
And then, you've
alcohol?
got, and then you've got a chicken crossing.
I
which
do
is a place.
opioids. I don't know about the rest of you. Yeah.
Right. So let's give you a rundown of what's happening. If anybody's interested in the RPG from last night, too bad we didn't stream it because it was mainly boring housework. So
Yeah, but
next
it was
Friday,
glorious.
there's nothing happening.
It was very entertaining though, and probably people would have got.
It was very entertaining.
Next Saturday.
I really need to kill them.
Yeah.
Next-
I will find that ship and I will blow it up.
Bag lady Jedi with an army of robotic stink flies following her around because
An army, you say?
Yes.
I think even if those flies,
Yes!
getting around over your.
Oh,
You
I
need
like
to be
this.
protected. You need to
Fly,
be
my
protected.
pretties.
Natalie, my game wife is entirely too frail. She goes down every fucking fight. She goes down quicker
I
than a redneck.
do. I
prom
do.
queen.
Hopefully,
Oh my God.
last night would have changed that a little bit, but
Bam.
we'll see. Right, come on.
There's
I've got
that
to.
one
I've got to wrap
blaster
things up.
shot and she hits the floor, and I'm like, no.
No, you're not. You say other things.
I'm like,
You need protection.
Right, guys, I need to wrap the show up. So,
Sorry.
there's nothing else happening next week until next Sunday for the Flash and Blade, 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Spanky won't be on this one unless he wishes to be.
Nope.
He's always welcome.
maybe. We'll see.
I'll
I'll be on the one after that for sure.
Yep. And
Yes, we
we
have
will
to
be
be reactive.
looking at Survival, which is the last of the classic series of Doctor Who. So it's season
Depending how you count
26, Brian.
Okay.
And it's
Thank you. You knew that question was coming.
I knew it. Yep.
So many episodes of Doctor Who.
I will be
my
looking at the Annihilators from Big Finish, which I can't wait. I hope it lives up to my expectations. It probably never will be able to, but there we go.
Big Finish. Those are the guys who do the like audio casts of
Yeah,
classic
Star-
sci-fi and stuff. Okay.
Yep.
That sounds cool, actually. I really
Yeah,
should
they have a
check that out.
Big
they have a
Finish.com,
famous
love.
person there.
Cool.
That comes on every once in a while.
Yeah.
Alice.
For the love of stories.
No, Dominic.
Stories,
I suppose Dominic is a bit famous now within our circles. Yeah, no, that's fair. He's certainly better known than I used to be. So,
What kind of job
you know,
I need? Yeah, reading stories or something like that online, doing some voiceover work or something.
voiceover work is difficult to get.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily difficult to do. It's just difficult to get. Right. So,
Yeah,
like I say,
compete
we're
against
the Annihilators. We're looking
Other
at the Star Cops episode Double Life.
Yes.
And the Blake 7 episode Warlord, the beginning of the end. Yep, so that'll be it for next week's show. Obviously, if there's any news, we'll forget it. And can I please ask the script writers to write me something better for next week?
All bad. Don't bother reading it. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'd like the right copy of the script this time, please.
Don't blame me. It's up to
Probably
production.
not. Yeah.
I'm just talent, mate.
We'll get you an updated copy.
You have to
Don't
go to
worry.
Pluto and check the printer there because there's a paper jam.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Damn it.
that. Of course.
Basically.
is
No,
good.
no, no. There is no paper jam.
There is no Pluto, right? There is no printer either.
Right, we're going to go, which means I'm going to be playing a video with music.
Stop me.
What does that mean, boys and girls?
Oh, go for
Anybody?
There's a goat.
There will be a goat. Yes, Adam's goat will be there.
Probably a
We
goat.
really
Is this-
try
are we
not
back
to,
the
however,
sex
we
goats in
often
space
fail in
thing?
talking
Because
over it.
I really thought we had gotten you off of the whole trying to have sex with goats in space, but apparently
Wait a minute. That goat is
That-
Adam's goat?
not. That and your fetish, no, Auntie's
So she
fetish. for
claims.
burly
Adam's
men
got a
with,
thing about
you
goats.
know,
It's not me. You'll have no
Mullet
adventures.
and-
No,
Goats
you were
takes
the
up
one
space.
during the
Just like,
transmission
what
of the
the
Time
hell?
Meddler that started going on about fucking mountain goats.
The one
But
time
you're
that you
always
haven't
the one that makes our
20 years.
passwords that whenever we play games.
What, goat?
Big goat.
Yes.
Goats
You're
in
the one
space.
with the fascination with
goats in
goats.
space, yeah, the goat space sex thing.
You're only saying that because it's written down. That's all I'm saying.
It's only some weird sex shit.
No,
really mean it.
historians, it's so true. So true.
Auntie
She has
really
a
does
fetish
that.
I
for
want
goats.
you to know that future
Space. I mean,
historians
like, future
are
historians,
actually
yeah.
a hybrid between goats and men.
And I wonder who started that.
I wonder who fathered
Auntie
and
was
mothered
so
that
funny.
race. Auntie.
Boys and girls, we're going to go away now. We will see you
I think
next
the cat
Sunday.
in freaking Red Dwarf.
In
Right?
the
It's-
meantime, in the name of Bod, Yuffie, and Mr. Claypole, say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
everyone.
Yep, that was going to happen, wasn't it? Good night. Eventually.
I'm leaving this kid's-
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
What happened? It was the switch. It was still in place. You see, there's little John Levine inside. It was stuck. It hadn't released itself.